everybody's doing alright tonight. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Tonight we are going to pray that YouTube doesn't copyright strike me. And we're gonna try and react to some old interior decorating. Some really bad interior decorating. I also had a great Christmas. My present to you guys is we're gonna watch some poorly done renovations. Well, I'm sure for the time they were done relatively well. So yeah, fingers crossed that this doesn't get copyright struck. If it does, I have a backup plan in which I will attempt to transfer this stream over to Kick. If I cannot get Kick to work, I have a backup plan. So yeah, well, let's get started. I figured we'd start off easy. This episode's title is Primary Colors. So I haven't watched any of these beforehand, so genuine reactions from your local artist. Alright, let's get started.
Today we're in a pretty typical rental apartment living room. It's pretty compact, and yet we have great windows, so it's light and it's airy, and that's a wonderful thing to work with. But we do have a challenge. We've got some great big
Got the
antiques.
landlord
Look at
special
that
on the
great
fireplace.
back in the corner. And we have a beautiful big armoire over there.
Like the sofa.
And the homeowner tells us that she's very attached to these, and they will be going with her wherever she goes. So that's our challenge. We need to balance out this room. And to help us with that challenge, today we have Peggy Selwood. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you.
But what are we going to do? How are we going to create the balance in this little room?
What we're going to do is use paint. Bright primary colored paint.
Okay.
And fabrics.
Okay, what color paint? What would work in a room like this?
I see a bright yellow.
Really?
Yes, because when you think of living in Minnesota...
Yes, bright
our
yellow
winters
will
are
go
so long.
beautifully
That's
with
true.
the
So
floral
cold
sofa.
that I figured let's bring the sunshine in.
Okay, so a couple of walls are going to go
God.
yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And how about this sofa? We got to take a look at this. There's nothing really wrong with this.
No, there's nothing wrong. The tapestry is beautiful. It's a very old tapestry. But I think to preserve the tapestry, I can see a slipcover.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to use a
They're gonna cover it?
plaid.
No!
Soft reds and blues and yellows.
Oh, good point, because this really wouldn't go with a new yellow wall.
No.
Okay, now we've got a fireplace over here. It's kind of plain, but still it's a focal point in the room. So
It's a wonderful fireplace.
I
And
hate that
instead of painting
fireplace.
the whole fireplace, I'd like to cord it in a cobalt blue. Just kind of outline it.
that would look great definition, and then against the yellow wall,
Right.
that'll really stand out.
Right.
Okay, you ready? Got a lot of
ready.
work to do.
Yes.
Okay, and remember, we're going to do it all for under $500.
And this is $500. I believe this is season 1, so this is $500 in the 70s. Oh God.
This winter sun yellow certainly is a gutsy color. Yellow is the #1
Yeah,
color for
gutsy.
cheerfulness.
That's a
and
word for it.
happiness. So our mission is accomplished by choosing this wall color. It does add sunshine to this room.
Oh my God.
A woven area rug instantly changes the tone of the room. This durable denim blue stripe costs just $51 at an
Alright, I'm
outlet
not mad at the
store.
rug.
Now this tapestry sofa has seen better days. It is about 30 years old and a bit worn in places. Because upholstered furniture is always one of the most expensive items to replace, we decided to revamp it with slipcovers. A slipcover in a fresh fabric will provide an instant pick-me-up. The cost of the slipcover, if you sew it, is the fabric itself. 22 yards at $7 per yard.
Why
A
would you
total of
pick that fabric? Like, I
$154
understand
for
you're trying to
fabric.
go with yellow,
Peggy
but
combined
Jesus.
different but harmonious fabric patterns on the sofa. Bold plaid and a watercolor Monet print complement each other.
Bold plaid. Yeah, sure.
Well. These chairs look fabulous. They look new.
Thank you.
This might drive you just a little bit crazy to hear this, but how much did they cost?
Free.
Free chairs. This is a woman
Free.
who finds free
Yes.
chairs.
Yes.
But they did not look like this when you got them for free.
No, no, no. In fact, they look like they were ready to be dumped into
Yeah.
the dumpster.
Let's give you just
Yes.
a little hint of what they look like here. We've got some pictures that'll just give you an idea. Look pretty tattered, the upholstery, and the wood on the bottom.
Oh, it
Icky, you might describe it.
icky,
Yeah, just
yes.
just did not
Yes.
look good. So what did you do?
I like the
Okay,
new
what I
upholstery on
did,
these, the blue
I really
chairs.
wanted to preserve the
This fabric choice isn't bad. What the fuck did they do to the legs of these chairs? Jesus Christ. It's like they sanded and put one coat of paint on it.
French legs on this, so I sanded them. Aren't they great? They're so charming. And I sanded it down. Then I used one coat of cobalt blue.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And in the next process, I used a crackle.
Okay.
And then the third
Oh,
one
it's-
is just
yeah.
white paint.
And we've seen that done before. It really
The
is a
crackle
pretty simple
paint.
process.
Very simple.
But the upholstery, that's a complicated deal.
Yes.
Some
yes.
things
Now,
were meant
I
to
had
die.
a choice to use slip covers or to have them upholstered.
Because you got a deal on it.
I did get a deal. I had a friend who owed me a favor. But they would be wonderful slip covered, very, very economically.
Right, it would be a lot more if
Yes.
you slip covered it.
Yes.
But as it was, you got the upholstery done for free, but you got a deal on the fabric too.
Fabric was $7, excuse me, and a total of $56.
That is a great deal. When you look at the impact these are going to have in this room.
Yes.
Let's see what they look like in place. In place, they are perfect. And once again, Peggy brought in more blue and yellow plaid fabric to pull the room together.
Plaid jump scare.
Peggy found these vinyl-covered footstools at a flea market for just $3 each. She knew immediately these would be perfect for the two upholstered chairs. We went to work with a stapler and hot glue gun, stapling the yellow and blue check
This episode
fabric
is
on
not
was a
safe
snap.
from hot
And the
glue.
coordinating fringe was the touch of whimsy she wanted. So
Yes,
for
a touch of
$28, the cost of the fabric remnant and the fringe, we have two
A touch of whimsy, guys. Just a touch.
new footstools.
We don't want to go
Really
too
fun.
crazy with the
Turn this
whimsy.
plate and others like them into this crazy quilt end table that's so spectacular. I love this. And actually, let me show you what it started out like. It was just a plain old
Wait!
table that you would pass by and probably not give us.
Why did you ruin that? Why did you do that to that poor table? God damn it! Fucking boomers!
Second thought too, but look at that pesky top. You figured
Let's
out a really
take this
creative way to
this
cover that up.
charming
I
wooden
started
table
making plates,
and
I
cover
started
it
looking for colorful plates such as this.
with
Oh, these are great plates.
Isn't
fu-
it great?
smashed
And
up
what you
plates.
do is with the white, just kind of go for the rim here and smash this and start collecting all your colored pieces and just pretend you're doing a present.
Okay, so where do we start now?
Okay, I'd like to see you smash this up. We'll
Okay.
cover it up.
We should mention that typically you would want to wear goggles for something like this,
Yes.
but we're going to cover it up so we'll be
Yes.
protected here.
Okay,
And
I'll kind of hold
do
this
I aim
down.
for the edges?
Mhm.
Okay.
Just go straight the edges. Watch
My
out for your
aggression.
nails.
Oh, I can do this all day.
Yes.
This is actually a lot of fun.
Oh, I love it. Faster.
How did I do?
Great. Oh, Joan, look at this piece.
Oh, that'll be beautiful
That
in
is
there.
perfect.
Yeah. And we put them in.
Wash your
how?
fucking
You just fit
hands.
'em and you take adhesive, you put it on the back of the piece,
Just a regular tile adhesive.
just tile adhesive,
Okay.
and then just start fitting it in.
Another area that got Peggy's personal touch was the fireplace. Since Peggy loved the oldness of the fireplace, she said she wanted to highlight its strength. She kept it white and added just an accent of cobalt blue to the cording. This draws your attention to the fireplace
This
in
could
a
be-
subtle way.
this could be
without
okay.
screaming, "Look at me." And the
Nope,
inside
nope,
got
it's
the
not.
rug treatment.
Okay.
Clue to the courting. This draws your attention to the fireplace in a subtle
What?
way without screaming, "Look at me." And the inside
So-
got the red treatment.
So, what you could do to fix this and make it look intentional is you could get stencils to, like, make it look like Chinaware. Like florals in between. It does look like electrical tape. There's a lot going on right here. Keep the walls white. Do the, like, faux china teacup look on the fireplace. I don't know how they were talking about with painting the inside. Leave that, like, black or whatever. It's a fireplace. I'm assuming it's functional. Probably not, since this is an apartment. So yeah, paint it black, put one of those fake electrical ones in there. Problem solved. And just don't piss yellow your...
Red, to be exact. For the windows, Peggy created a very simple window treatment. You remember the lace panels that were already hung? Well, we worked with them because lace is a great diffuser of light.
Okay.
And the best
The
news,
lace
we
can
don't have to spend
stay.
any extra money on the curtains.
We're not insane.
Peggy sewed 3 curtain ties by cutting the plaid fabric on the bias. Then she ballooned the lace by tying up the fabric 2/3 of the way down and fluffing the lace into a cloud. The overall
It's a good
look was
diffuser of
fresh
light,
and
except for the
crisp.
fact that we're going to tie half of it up.
Jones, this is my favorite find. I found it in a thrift store. Only
It should have
$14.
stayed there.
Yes. I love this lady.
A stone vase holds dried flowers, then a pewter candle holder, and a Staffordshire figurine completes the look. The homeowner bought this years ago
Oh,
for
no.
only $50. Today, these figurines can fetch as much as $600 each.
And of course,
Okay,
Peggy has like
sure.
no nook untouched. You created a great little sitting area next to the fireplace. This is cool. But these chairs, explain them.
All right, I found these chairs outside an old store. in
Yeah,
a
I
small
found these
town
chairs
down the
outside.
beach.
Amazing. And the table?
Table. Base is $2, thrift store, and the top is a discontinued tile piece for $2.39.
You created a great little sitting area. It's just gorgeous.
You
You've
can't-
really given us a lot.
You can't sit there! The chairs are falling apart! You can't, Look! The chairs literally have holes in them! You cannot sit in your sitting nook!
Thrift store, and the
I like that
top
base.
is
That's a nice
discontinued
base.
Tile piece for $2.39.
You created a great little sitting area. It's just gorgeous. You've really given us a lot of great ideas today. I love them.
Also, the Pope.
And now,
We got a...
for the
Or
budget,
maybe he's a
we
cardinal.
have to
I
admit
can't tell.
something.
All right.
We went over budget. We went to $508, but sometimes you just have to do it if you find that perfect piece, and it looks so great.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Let's take another look at the great stuff we've done in this little room.
Okay, so... The clock stayed. We're happy about that. Was the plant like that before?
Look at the great stuff we've done in this little room.
Okay, the plant was not there. They put a lamp there instead. They got rid of the lamp. Yeah, the lamp's just completely gone. I hate this sofa. It does look like they slaughtered a clown. Oh my god. Yeah. They should have left if they hadn't put the blue stripes on the thing, it would have been better. Like, I'm all for maximalism, so, like, fine, whatever. But why is this so low? It looks like you have a perfectly good picture hook right there. Like, get rid of that picture completely. You have a big enough picture up here. I like the vase. Stupid, expensive tchotchkes. Welcome in. We're looking at very bad old interior design. This is episode, this is episode 4 from season 1. I don't know what's going on with the rooster. I can't decide if I like him or not. I think I want to keep him just for the whimsy. He is allowed to stay for whimsy. The chairs have to go. They are actively falling apart. There's still more episode left.
I hope you'll stay with us because when we come back, we are going to show you how to take flea market finds, turn them into wonderful furniture and accessories for your home.
Trash the treasure. Okay, how are we gonna ruin... No, they said that
now we're going to show you how to turn your...
the stupid, fancy, statues was like only $50, but it can go as much as $122. I have no idea what they're called. Maybe later, we can go and do, like a deep dive and see if they're like actually expensive or if they were just expensive back then. Like, you know, Beanie Babies.
Garage sale, your flea market find, somebody else's trash into your treasure. And the guys who are going to help us do that are Jim Hansen and Steve Douthit. They own an antique and accessories store, a home accessories store in Minneapolis, Minnesota called American Island, a great store.
They have a beautiful relationship.
I know we've got great stuff planned. My first problem, though, I have this American Checker Player's Handbook. I don't know what to do with it. Do you have any ideas for me?
Well, we came up with a treatment for an old cupboard using old book bindings.
It's just the binding.
No!
The bindings.
Okay, this is...
No! They took antique books and ripped the spines off of them and glued them to a cabinet door. Like, that book that she was holding, it looked fine. I can understand doing this to a book that is actively falling apart. But I'm going to assume that they used perfectly fine books. Instead
this
of...
is the done example, but I'd like to show you the before,
Okay.
which is what we started with,
Okay.
and then you'll get a better picture of what we did there.
What do we have?
Well, we found this old cabinet, which was similar to the one that we finished up, and it was missing a door and missing a drawer, and we had wanted to try cutting old books to create that full book treatment on the door that you saw before. So by using a bandsaw, we cut the book bindings off.
Just use that part. I'll take
Just-
this. You don't
Yes,
need that.
that part would get thrown away. And then using construction adhesive in a caulking gun, we glue the pieces to the door. So that would be this sort of a...
Wow. That will just be a
Yeah,
wonderful...
using wooden fakes would have been better. You wouldn't be actively destroying antiques.
look, I think. And did you have to create new doors for
Yes, for this
this
piece,
one?
being it was missing a door, we actually created a new door.
Uh-huh.
And then what we came up with was to make an accordion door so that you could put a TV behind there and still get the look of the books when you're watching TV.
Jim,
And
it's the
then-
perfect 90s deal, isn't it? You get
Isn't
the
it?
illusion of literacy. At the same time, you can watch television all you
Right.
want.
Oh, I was
And
wrong.
then
It is
it's
the
missing
90s.
A drawer,
I thought this
so
was
we
a
made this drop down
an
so you could
earlier
put VCR in there.
season.
That is a wonderful idea. And did it take you a long time?
Not terribly long. We waited until we found books cheap at an estate sale.
I was going to say the expense would be this, but maybe not dramatic for that.
No, for an as-is piece, maybe $40, and
And-
then the books we bought by the bag, and they were about $7 a bag.
So a little bit of time and put a little varnish on there and you're done.
Clean it up.
Sounds good. Now, Steve has a really great idea to take something really simple, call attention to it, and it really becomes something
Shoes
special.
in a
I really like this idea for a
box!
display case.
Right, I collect beadwork, and this is a pair of moccasins. It's just a great showcase for these. But it's a great showcase for anything. Flowers. Why don't you try
Try
it on
the
the
flowers over here.
This would be great.
Ooh, a
to
box!
Oh, wouldn't it?
We're breaking new ground here, good folks.
You could
Oh.
put pretty much anything in there. It's just a great way to draw attention to something.
That's a good. It's like putting a frame around something, which in fact,
We're doing it
You're
because
doing.
this is made out of frames.
mm-hmm,
Now this is a glue gun, and I don't know if you've got one,
I do.
but they're about $5.
I don't know if you have a glue gun.
Yeah, they work on.
And they're relatively new. Have you ever heard of it?
4 $2 frames that I got at a discount store.
Okay,
Now, of course, you'd remove the cardboard first
that's a good idea.
so that the glass is showing. Very simple, though. You just put a bead of glue down the edge,
Uh-huh.
put it together. In 30 seconds, it'll be tight as could be. Again, over here, and one in the front. It's that simple.
So for $8 and maybe 5 minutes worth of work, you got a great display case.
Right.
I'm sorry, do you not put anything on the top? What's the point? Like, you're still gonna get dust and stuff on it if it's just 4 frames hot glued together.
That's a wonderful idea.
Terrific. I
I
use
love
it all
it.
the time.
Now it's Jim's turn for a great idea on how to make a really durable table. This is the kind of table you can leave out in all kinds of weather. right?
Sure, you can have it out on your porch or on your deck. And
We're making it durable by turning it into a tin top table.
right, this table we put tin on, and the reason we did that was we see a lot of zinc top tables,
Uh-huh.
which are pretty early primitives, and they tend to be kind of expensive. So this is kind of a low-cost alternative
Right.
to the same kind of
What?
idea.
And easy.
And easy.
Okay.
So what we started with here was an old table base,
Mhm.
and then we bought some roofing flashing, which you can
Okay.
buy at any lumber store.
Oh, heavy.
Yeah, it's a little bit heavyweight, and you want to wear gloves while you're working with it because it can be a little bit sharp along the edges.
Okay.
So what we did was
Don't
we
want to
laid
cut
it on
yourself
the
up, you
table,
dumb bitch.
and then bent it down and did the tacking along here.
And what did they
You can just bend it.
spray?
bend it
How
down.
did they
once
get the
it's laid out
color?
flat on the whole tabletop, it's pretty easy to bend.
And regular tacks?
Just regular upholstery tacks work
Really?
great. And then this particular table that we did, we distressed a little bit. We wiped some acid on it,
Okay.
and then we painted it to give it an earlier look.
Once again, you should be wearing gloves.
Once again, you should be wearing gloves
Okay.
and probably a respirator.
So,
But then,
so that's a good look.
yeah, so this is a good look. And then the other option of the new shiny tin is a good look too.
Yeah, but you're seeing that a lot
I-
of places these days.
Right.
That's a real interesting.
A hot take. I don't think that's bad. If you're like using it in like in this hypothetical where you've got fucking we own an antique store money. I can understand having the metal wood, like the metal topped table, if you're gonna be like gardening, like doing a lot of gardening, like you own a greenhouse and you have an old table that you want to get rid of. Yeah, if you have the money, you can use proper sealant. That's true. I'm just saying, like, it's an artsy thing. I'm not... After the clown horror house apartment thing that we just saw, this isn't bad.
So you have an option. You can have the painted table, or you can have the non-distressed tin look.
Right.
And it's durable, and it'll be with you for a long time.
Right.
You guys have once again brought us great ideas. We thank you for letting us come out here.
Well, thanks for coming.
Okay. And stay with us, because when we come back, we're going to introduce you to a very creative homeowner who decorated her bedroom for only pennies. You're about to meet a homeowner who takes great pride in the fact that
Oh my
she
God.
furnishes her house
Lights.
solely from garage sales.
Lights.
She is the queen of turning other people's discards into things of beauty for her room. Her name is
What is
Barbara
it with
Stevens.
the 90s
You're going to
and
sneak into your
My
bedroom
pleasure.
here.
fluorescent
First of all, you
yellow?
have to tell me about this great bed. I love this.
Well, I came into this apartment building with a great big huge pine bed, and it was way too big for this small room. And a friend of mine had just gotten married and had this sitting in a garage. So I thought, gotta do a switcheroo, and we did, and it fits perfectly.
You just traded up?
Just traded, yeah, and I put it in at an angle for a little drama or whatever,
It looks-
and I love it.
And I love this. This is what makes me want to jump in and read a book. It's so cozy.
Yeah, I like to mix and match my patterns a little bit. and I
It's
have
the
stripes
90s,
underneath.
okay?
And then
We
at
don't
top
judge the
coat, I put,
fashion
a
choices.
check pattern, and the comforter is a floral, and I just think it works really well.
The
Bash's
high-waisted
dresser was
pants
handed down to her from her
were a
grandfather.
thing.
He made it himself in the early 1900s out of black walnut wood. When her grandmother died, she inherited the piece, and Basha quickly went to work painting it. She loves her favorite quotes artfully written on the dresser.
I d-
Favorite sayings like,
Okay, I don't
when
hate
you
that.
think about it, everything is a miracle.
Ah, rattan.
This is a picture of Basha's soul sister. She found it at a flea market years ago, and this photo has followed her in all of her moves. She has no
That
idea
feels-
who the woman in the picture is, but she feels the picture brings her good karma. And so does this doll. Basha's mother had an exact replica doll made from this old childhood photo of herself.
Haunted doll.
If you look closely, you can see that even the knee patch on her jeans was copied. This is
Haunted
really
doll.
Lots of fun stuff to look at. It's kind of angel motif. you've
It
got going
is,
here.
it is. Actually, I found this angel over here and its partner at a garage sale, and that kind of started the whole thing rolling, and I can't stop now. I keep buying and I
That
keep
is
buying.
peak 90s.
Well, my mom's a minister, and it just kind of,
Then
yeah,
that
she saw the first
explains
one
the
and I
fashion
decided to
choice
buy it.
of the
And the next thing I bought were
jeans
the
up
needle
her-
points,
her
and it
boobs.
was just the needle points, and I actually found the frames at garage sales as well and put them together on their own. And the mirrors too. I really like the mirrors and the different shapes that they have.
My favorite though is this. I
Yeah.
think this is really creative. I like that.
Thanks. I found the just piece of wood that said "Believe" on it was already done, and I found that at a garage sale all by itself as well, and just put the garage sale frame around that.
Well, it
So,
would have looked great without the frame, but it really makes a dramatic statement with the frame on it. I like it a lot.
thank you.
And that's not the only thing Basha got creative with. This chest of drawers is 2 separate pieces. She discovered them at 2 different sales, added a coat of white paint to each, and stacked them on
White
top
paint.
of each other. She says you can always make furniture fit your space if you think creatively. Basha fell in love with this simple child's chair.
I'm sorry.
Without the frame, but it really
She
makes a
painted it
dramatic
white,
statement with the frame on
mostly.
it. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
And that's not the only thing Basha got
Hold
creative
on,
with.
hold on.
This chest of drawers
painted it
is
white
2
mostly.
separate pieces.
'Cause
She
if we
discovered them at 2
pan
different
down
sales, added a coat
ever
of white
so
paint to each,
slightly.
and stacked them on top of each other. She says you can always make furniture fit your space
You can see where she gave up.
if you think creatively. Basha fell in love with this simple child's chair. The face looks as though it was drawn on by a little one, and with a price tag of just $2 at a thrift store, she had to have it. All of
And
the
some
art
random
in Basha's room
shoes.
came from junk sales. This chalkboard print intrigued her because the design and the colors were perfect for her room. The Indian angel print has a calming effect on Basha. Look closely. You can see her wings. Okay, where'd you get the wicker friend here?
Actually, she's one of those old mannequins that they use to display hats at the milliner shops, and I found her at a garage sale for $2.
Oh, she's pretty.
I love her.
I like
And
the-
I also bought the lace and the hat.
I like that. That's peak whimsy, folks. Peak whimsy. It is. It would give sleep paralysis demon. Just wake up in the middle of the night, see that, proto Hat Man, Hat Woman, perhaps. Oh my god.
Just to give her a nice little summery look.
Yeah, but you know what? It turns winter around here sometimes.
It
could get
does,
cold.
and she's got another look that I will show you. She's got her little faux fur baseball hat, and of course the fur cape, just to give her that like Victorian look in the winter.
Just look where we do that room. Thanks for sharing your room with us.
My
It's always
pleasure.
fun. It's so eclectic, and you really did do it for pennies. And great. Thank you very much. And hope you'll stay with us, because when we come back, we are going to be sharing some designer tricks of the trade with you.
Oh good, we're back to the ugly ass sofa.
For questions or comments, please write to Decorating Sense.
I have
Account
many questions.
HGTV, Box 50970. We are back in our living room makeover with designer Peggy Selwood. You're going to share some of your designer tricks of the trade with us here. I hear you've been consignment shopping.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
what's the deal here?
This is a new home, and all the furniture, all the accessories, except for the artwork above the mantle, has all been purchased at consignment shops.
That's not bad. I like
They
that.
must have been
Thank you.
proud of you when
They-
when
They
you finished
love
up.
it.
And this one?
This is a four-season porch, and all the furniture was purchased at a consignment shop.
Oh, nice little
Big barn?
sunroom setup.
Big
That's
barn,
not
yeah.
bad.
You can have your
You
chef
can
room.
clearly.
And this a bedroom.
Also a consignment bedroom.
So the
Ah.
lesson here,
A cupcake
Yes.
chair.
It can look
Excellent.
gorgeous on a wonderful budget.
yeah, it really does. It looks really pulled together.
Thank you.
Taking you shopping.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you. These are great ideas.
Oh, wonderful day.
And remember, with a little imagination, you can make your decorating dreams come true for a lot less. I'm Joan Steffen. Thanks for watching.
How we feeling so far, chat? Are we still okay? I know this is a lot. But yeah, I like she's clearly a good interior designer. Unfortunately, she got with our dear host and was told we need primary colors is the theme of this episode. Paint the whole thing yellow.
Hi, and welcome to Decorating Sense, the show that gives you great decorating ideas for a lot less. I'm Joan Steffen, and today we are going inside this house to redo a kitchen for under $500. Right now that kitchen is very contemporary. It is all white, and we are going to change all that. I hope you'll stay with us.
We're gonna ruin it!
We'll give a kitchen a complete facelift by painting all the soffits Miami colors and checkerboarding the backsplash. Find out how to turn an old dollhouse into a wonderful occasional table. And see what a dramatic difference an interior redesign can make. We'll rearrange a homeowner's furniture and accessories to give a living room a new look.
Oh no. Joan, why? I like the chicken. The chickens can stay.
You know, a lot of us have kitchens that are well equipped and well planned, but they are missing something. They are not cheerful enough or inviting enough. Let's
Is
just
that
say
a-
that they just need a facelift. And
I love that. The little Mickey and Minnie Mouse. I'm gonna assume they're cookie jars. That's adorable. Somebody here likes Disney.
talking about my kitchen because it looks an awful lot like this kitchen. It is white. It's just mostly white. It's really lacking in detail. And to provide that eye-catching detail today, we have that eye-catching designer, Nancy Golden.
Hi,
Thank you so
Joan.
much. This is definitely a project fit for you.
I'm having a breakdown in here.
know, it's too white.
It's way too white for me. I wanted to come in and just like start spraying everything.
But you
I like this
but I
clock.
held back.
That's
I
a
was
nice
using a lot of
clock.
restraint, and I took my cue from the client's chairs.
Okay, these chairs
They
over here.
have terrific chairs and great colors, and that's where I'm going to
pop.
learn what to use in this room.
You know, a pop of color is good. We don't need to saturate it. The chairs are... They're given, like, retro Taco Bell. I can't decide if I like it. If they're fabric, fun. If they're vinyl, oh my god.
Okay, and so where are you going to start?
I'm going to start with soffits, and the soffits are the area above, and I'm going to paint them out.
Your
Fabulous
new
colors.
word for the
All
day,
different
Jack.
Miami Vice
Soffits.
colors.
Oh my god.
Lime green, turquoise, red, just to make you want to eat in this kitchen and stimulate your appetite. Just
what I
you
need.
Right, non-fat kitchens. And once I do the soffits and get the color going in here, then I'm going to take my meager budget.
You keep saying that.
It's very meager. And I'm going to do the backsplash. And then I'm papering in a black and white check.
Oh, well that'd be cute.
But not a lot of color,
not
right?
enough color
Okay,
for
so there's
Nancy.
one more key to this.
Okay.
I've got these little ceramic tiles, and I'm going to take these ceramic tiles and glue them randomly on the backsplash.
Oh, boy, would that be inexpensive and cute.
Cheap and colorful.
Wonderful. Just like
Just
what I was going to say.
right? And it's really going to be a fun look.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Okay. Any other ideas?
Yeah, most people do window treatments in their kitchen, and they put curtains up or hang something or lace or patterns.
Sure.
Most
I'm
people
hanging
do
pictures.
curtains in their...
You want to spell that for me? Are we talking?
P-I-T-C-H-E-R-S. Pouring pictures, random.
Okay.
Either collected garage sale finds, functional, useful, fun, eye-popping color.
Most people put curtains on their windows. No. I will put drinkware.
Pictures.
Now that thing I'm not visualizing, so I'm going to just have to wait
Trust
and
me.
see how it turns
Yeah.
out. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we better start painting.
Okay, you are ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, let's mix the paint.
Yep.
And remember, we are doing this for under $500.
Not easy.
Don't say it.
I can't stand a white kitchen, though. Because the instant you start cooking in it, it's just gonna get frickin' filthy.
The first thing on our list is paint. As Nancy said, she wanted to bring attention to the soffits, so she chose bright accent colors in red, lime green, and turquoise.
Accent color being singular? No! You've got a watermelon on your ceiling now. Congrats. Aren't we
Just
so
as Nancy
whimsy?
said, the kitchen now pops with color. Next, we went to work on the
Sure.
backsplash. For a quick transformation, a black and white checkered wallpaper was hung. Keep in mind, if you decide to use wallpaper in a kitchen, it must be able to stand up well to steam, grease, or in the case of my kitchen, smoke. Use a paperback vinyl, as we did, a vinyl fabric paper, or a PVC wall cover.
I
which
think
are
it
all
might
easy
be
to keep
the
clean. Alternatively,
old
you can
camera
also
making
give
it look
ordinary
yellow
wallpaper a coat
instead of
gloss
green.
polyurethane to make it,
It
more
did look
durable and
more
long-lasting.
green.
I have to admit, I could probably live with the backsplash the way it is right now. I think that this is just darling.
Not done.
I know. And these look like a lot of fun to play with.
These are really fun. These tiles were given to me free.
They didn't line
Because they were
up!
discontinued.
Why would they do that?
And I went in and I said, I need smaller ones. Do you have smaller ones you can sell to me? And they said, no, but we'll cut up 4x4s and give them to you free.
I don't know that anybody could do that, but...
I had a big smile on my face and I was begging. Anyway, so I'm going to take these different tiles and randomly put them up on the backsplash wherever the mood hits me.
Okay.
And I'm going to stay within the perimeters of the squares.
Okay,
So
that's
that I'm
good.
not half on, half off.
Okay.
And that'll help give me a template where to put them.
How have I done so far?
That looks really pretty.
Thank you,
You've got
Nancy.
some talent.
Okay.
And that's what's going to be. And then when this is all done, we'll have bursts of color throughout the backsplash.
So we're gonna leave just raw edges on our ceramic tiles. That's...
Randomly placing the small ceramic squares is the key to the design. Experiment with placement. Find out what
How are you
colors
gonna get
want
them to
where, and then
stay?
simply glue them in place. It couldn't be
Couldn't
easier.
they slide?
And now we have a wonderful punch of color on the backsplash. To add more punch and bring our design concept to a higher visual level above the window, we wallpapered a wood cornice board. We also added the same random ceramic square accents to the paper to give it color.
This looks like somebody
We
punched
loved
a
the checkered
TV.
cornice board, but we still weren't done. One by one, Nancy hung bright, colorful water pitchers. Some were handmade in ceramic glasses, and some were bought. Accessories don't have to
Why?
cost much to have eye-catching appeal.
Why?
Is this not the most creative window treatment you have ever seen? This is so you are
Thank
good.
you.
It looks like stained glass.
It does. It really has a fun, funky effect.
No! It looks like stained glass. Maybe you should just use stained glass. Like you can get the little fucking plastic beads, you know, like what's being hung here, and just line the entire thing. Just line the entire thing.
About being a curtain and a little bit of privacy. I think it's great.
Yeah.
A little bit of...
Like that.
Well, I used
Okay,
tension
sure,
rods, and
if you're
almost
blind.
And you stretched it real tight between the openings.
Real tight.
And then I got shower curtain rings, just any color, clear
Oh
rings
my
in this
God.
case, attached it to the tension rod and to the pitcher, and that way they can snap on and off and be useful, not just decorative.
Right. And what a nice touch with the beads.
Oh,
Beads on
God.
it. That was something that just kind of added more color and more punch. And since I didn't have anybody to hire, none of my kids would do this for me. I sat and beaded these little wires and just chose the colors of beading according to the room you're doing to give it some zing and some, you know, more color.
I
And
thought
think
that
it
they
looked
had
good.
like
Great.
a screw into that piece of
Cost of the curtain rod,
board
get
that
some
they
beads, and the cost
just
of the
wedged it
pictures
up
with
there.
the
No,
green
no, it's a
little-
tension rod. That's great.
A bargain.
treatment. Yeah, it
Thank
looks
you.
great.
Thanks.
Ready to do the accessories
That's
now?
my favorite.
Let's do it.
Oh, we're
8
We're not
multicolored
done yet.
Plastic plates were displayed across the top of the soffit for eye-popping appeal. And the best thing about these plates, the price. They cost just $5 each. We custom built this shadow box to display art, a message board, photos, utensils, and decorative objects. Look closely and you can see our handiwork. We painted some of the backs of the box in the same accent colors as the soffits, red, lime green, and turquoise. The rest we
Okay.
wallpapered. The reason we hung such a bold piece on this large wall is because the kitchen needed an architectural accent to balance the room. Now the eye travels naturally from the window area to this section of the kitchen. And another area the eye travels naturally to, the place where the food is served. Our budget allowed us to purchase these melamine fruit and vegetable dishes, a colorful rug, and refrigerator magnets. What kitchen isn't complete without magnets?
But there were magnets on the fridge already!
To coordinate with the checkerboard wallpaper, of course.
So, guess what?
What?
You did this whole kitchen for $427.
And they got rid of Mickey Mouse!
Complaining about how little money you
Let's
had.
have a
Look
good
what,
steak dinner.
look what you did in
I
here for
know,
that
it looks
money.
great. I love
looks
it. I think it's a
fabulous.
real success, and I'm happy with the color, and I think it did it.
I
We
think
did it.
Did.
Thanks,
Yep.
honey.
Is it time to take a look at what we've accomplished?
Yeah.
Let's take another look.
Okay.
We got magnets, guys! Not like just because these papers and shit are hanging magically. The colors don't even match the seats they were trying to match. Oh my god. Oh, no, they kept Mickey. It's okay. We're okay. We kept Mickey Mouse. It's fine. Did they move the clock? Where did they put the clock? Did we just trash the clock? Why do you have 3 baguettes in a flower vase? We took all of our kids, all of our proud achievements that our kids did, and we got rid of them. They're in a box. In a box Because we don't care about our kids. Yeah, they got rid of the coffee clock, too.
I hope you'll stay with us because when we come back,
Jen,
it is
you're
Trust
testing
and Treasure
me.
time. We are going to show you how to turn a dollhouse into an occasional table.
I'm not
Now
nearly
it's
drunk
time to
enough
turn
for this.
Your garage sale find somebody else's trash into your treasure. And we have a couple of guys who are going to share their secrets with us on that. Steve Douthit and Jim Hansen. They own an antique and home accessories store in Minneapolis called American Island. But we're out at their farm today, and thanks for letting us come out here again.
Well, thanks for coming.
It's fun. I'll be talking to you later. But you are going to show us how to turn a dollhouse into an occasional table.
Yes.
That's your first deal.
I've got a picture of the dollhouse that we picked up at a garage sale for about $15.
Uh-huh. It's bad.
No.
Okay. Cute dollhouse. Not bad.
It was relatively inexpensive, but you can actually buy dollhouses like this new for about $70. But we thought it would make a great coffee table by adding a tray to the top.
Now, how much work did you have to put into it to turn it from just a dollhouse?
Well, like, it was a little bit forlorn looking, so we ended up painting it and painted the trim, and then I just made a
It looked like a
tray
gingerbread
out of
house.
lawnwood
What
some
was wrong
cedar
with
trim.
that?
The one wood.
It's just a cheap kind of plywood.
Oh, okay.
But you could probably even find a tray that would actually just set on a dollhouse, which would be easier yet.
It's kind of an interesting idea. You do see dollhouses from time to time, but I'm sure that
We
people
just
out there
stuck
probably
a
have them
piece
in their
of
homes.
plywood on it.
Right.
Called it a
Just round
day.
up, and they could make the transition kind of a little bit of nostalgia,
Uh-huh.
and then maybe come grandchildren, you know, they could actually play with it.
Yeah, great idea. Thanks. We are going to be making some of those pretty pots you see in stores that are pretty pricey. But basically, you just start with a terracotta pot, right?
Pretty pots, pretty pricey. That's right. These pots that are personalized or have the herb names can run anywhere up to $40.
I know.
But they're so easy to do yourself. You just paint the pot. I just use latex paint, contrasting color on the top.
Mess it up with a little sandpaper?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
Yep, just sand them. Don't be afraid. You can't hurt anything. Rough it up a little bit. Use a paint
If you're gonna
pen
sand it, why are you
to-
using
to
latex
write on the
paint?
pot.
If you want to.
Right, great hostess gift to write the host or hostess
Like,
name right
just
on
use-
the pot.
Good
Just
idea.
use your
You've got other ideas.
basic
I
ass,
love this pot.
like,
I think that's
This
my
is
favorite.
inside
just modeled
paint.
paint. Very easy to do, and you use two colors of paint.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you real quickly.
You just have a,
I just have
Paper
a
towel.
paper towel, but you could use newspaper. You can use whatever you want.
whatever I want.
Well, anything that'll give it a texture.
Okay.
Put on a lighter color,
Uh-huh.
and you don't have to be too exacting. And I'm going to use a little bit of darker green just to...
With the same paper towel.
Right. No, you could
This is way
change
too
paper
And
towels
even
if you
your
want.
5-year-old
Okay.
can do
Yeah,
it.
and this you just play with until you've got it covered as much as you want.
In whatever color you want.
Right.
Those are great. I
And
like
after that dries, I spray it with a little polyurethane. Weatherproofs it and holds the finish.
A little sheen.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're going to save you some money on lampshades. You're going to take just a stock shade and
Right.
do something creative with it.
Right, just a plain paper shade that we bought at a discount.
Are we gonna
store for a couple,
upholster the
$3.
This does not look
lampshade?
like a plain paper shade.
Well,
That's-
this one
that's
had
something I've
black
heard about.
trim, and we sprayed it gold and then wiped off.
Nope,
the
we're just gonna
gold,
spray paint it.
So it
Okay.
gave us a nice crisp black edge.
It looks very nice, very
Yeah,
special.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now this didn't start out silver.
no, this was just a white paper shade,
Mhm.
and we sprayed it silver. And then I was thinking for a kid's room or something where you could use a little punch, I'd just show you quick painting.
Okay.
You know, we can stripe this relatively quick by just dragging the brush down.
No ruler?
No ruler, just go for it. You can always repaint it later.
Or maybe buy a new one?
Or buy
if
a
you
new
really
one,
mess
yeah.
it up.
Ugh.
But anyway, you know, you can see how fun this would be.
Right. And you could add more detail to it if you wanted to, I
Yeah,
suppose.
in fact, I'm going to show you a little.
I just thought of something that could make this okay. Because he mentioned it's for a kid's room. You get, like, a lamp that looks like a rocket ship. And you take, like, I want to say cellophane. But, like, you put red and yellow cellophane. You know, the stuff that they, like, wrap the gift bags in? And it looks like flames coming out the bottom. For, like, a rocket ship. Or, like, don't put big-ass red stripes and make, like, a little oval and put a little alien in there. Because it's the 90s. We like sci-fi.
by using your fingers as a guide, you can get relatively straight lines by dragging along the edge.
And it's
then
okay
you
if
go
it
back.
looks hand-painted a little
Yeah, it's
bit,
okay
isn't
if it looks a little hand-painted, but if you go over it a second time, you get a nice crisp edge on there.
You do that very well.
And then another thing you might want to try with paint are paint pens, because that gets down to a really fine line. You know, so you could add fine lines to it. You know, you could even draw this into a plaid. Draw little hearts on it.
You could do that, but I think I'm going to use a ruler. Okay. How about this old guy over here? What do we do with that?
Well, this is just another example. You wouldn't even have to buy a new shade necessarily. This is an old beat-up shade. Could use a little updating. It's something we just had laying around, probably picked up at a garage sale for 50 cents.
I have one probably laying around my house.
And what we did was we used spray adhesive and some fabric that we bought at a garage sale for real cheap.
Okay.
But actually, you could buy expensive fabric. You're only going to need about a half a yard, you know, so you could really do something
Do
fabulous.
something decorator, yeah.
But what you do is you spray the adhesive on the shade, apply the fabric, and we've got a finished example here, which we then put GIMP around the edge.
Oh, okay. And you just did that with a hot glue gun.
Right, just with the hot glue gun. So we, you know, turned garbage lampshades into something really handsome.
Yeah, and that would really add something to the decor of a room.
But how much light do they
Yeah, I
let
love
through?
this idea. I think a lot of people are going to be doing that.
But how?
Steve,
But
thank
how
you
much
so
light do they
much
let through?
for all these ideas today. I got to run home and try some of them.
Okay, great.
Thanks very much. And stay with us, because when we come back, we are going to do a townhouse living room interior redesign.
Yeah, we used hot
It is
glue
time
on
now
the
for
thing
an
that emits
interior
heat.
Redesign. We have a group of designers standing by from the Interior Arrangement and Design Association, just waiting to rearrange a living room that is much too full. In about 6 hours, they will give that room a completely new look, simply by rearranging the owner's own furniture and accessories and moving some stuff out. Let's find out more. Inside this contemporary townhome is a living room overcrowded with furniture and precious collections. We are going to get some tips on how to create an entirely new look for a room just by rearranging your own possessions. And the Interior Arrangement and Design Association is
Get
going to
that
show
feng
us how.
shui up in here.
As you can see, this living room is full to the brim with large pieces of furniture and an excessive amount of accessories. The piano stops the flow into the room, and there is only one area set up for conversation. We need to create more space for movement and also to soften the room's atmosphere. The current design has no purpose, and today we are going to change that. The first thing we do is remove all the accessories and smaller furniture.
Let's get rid of our
Display case
sentimental
should reflect
things.
beautiful items, not books and knickknacks. Group all your similar items together in separate rooms. That way you can shop for them later, along with other pieces you've collected from your home. With the room empty of accessories, we begin the task of setting the major pieces of furniture using the beautiful window view as our focal point. The piano is the largest piece of furniture, so it is the first piece to be set.
Your sofa
Okay.
is going to be right in here. And the other one is going to be somewhere over in here. So we're probably too tight with this to the sofa.
And so the sofas are tested. First, set around the fireplace. However, this angle crowds the room. So they are moved again.
I really like the sofas like this. I think this is the right place for them. We are taking advantage of the view with this sofa. You can look outside at the great view. And we are also lining up the sofas with the angle of the fireplace.
Can
So I
you
think that this
sit
is the
down
right
and
place for
play
them.
the piano
And
with
with
them?
the couches
Okay.
set, we've now found a home for the piano. It sits as a beautiful divider to the dining and living rooms. The piano used to sit here. However, the entry into a room should be open and inviting. So we created a cozy seating area.
That's okay.
This beautiful art piece helps break up the reflection in the mirror, and this piece works perfectly to connect. the
We have a
dining
mirror.
and
Let's
piano.
cover it up.
A coffee table doesn't have to be long and rectangular. These candlesticks were
One
gathered from
small
all over the
coffee
house.
table for a
large
big-ass
grouping of the
sofa.
collection makes more of a statement.
This is really great. It's so colorful. I love having this unexpected picture at the top of this mirrored space. And then adding a grouping of something. In this case, the amethyst, which picks up the color on the pillows on the
Where did you
sofa.
put their
A
family
few of
photos,
the
you
family
bitch?
Pictures are brought back
Okay.
in to warm
Okay,
up
that's
this new
fine.
seating area. Don't think art always has to be placed at standing eye level. When seated at the piano, it will be enjoyable to glance over and take in this beautiful painting. Now that we've finished, and before the homeowner sees the dramatic change, let's take a glance at what we've accomplished.
I hate when they put a random picture really
What a
low.
dramatic change. The eye now flows naturally around the room to the view outside.
Okay, that's
The piano
fine.
no longer blocks the flow, and we've created more conversation areas, which adds warmth to a room. Now, the piano serves as a room divider between the dining area and the living
It doesn't,
room.
but
The
sure.
room looks clean and detailed rather than cluttered. We have created a sense of purpose to this room.
But you got rid of all of the family photos
Oh
and
my
your
God.
books.
It looks different, looks wonderful, it looks focused. Oh, this is such fun. It gives it just a totally different look.
Yeah, a different look because I got rid of everything that was in there.
For questions or comments, please write to Decorating Sense in care. We are back in our kitchen redesign now with designer Nancy Golden, who is going to share some designer tricks of the trade with us. This first picture is interesting because I have been looking for an ottoman to use as a coffee table, and they're kind of hard to come by.
I
aren't
like
they?
the idea of one, and you can have one custom made for not a lot of money.
Oh, really?
Most upholstery studios will be able to make one for you, probably easier than you can find one. But the bigger the better, because that way you can put trays on it with glassware and whatever, and you can also put your feet, and that's the whole point.
I like it. It makes
It's
it
a
look
casual
so
look.
cozy.
Yeah.
I love that look. Okay, here, what are we looking
I
at?
liked this idea because it shows how you can use border, not just at the top. Everyone's stuck with using borders at the top of their windows or their moldings, and I like double using borders. And this is like maybe 1.5 feet off the floor,
Okay.
and it gives more visual impact and makes the room.
I think the
shrinks up a little
stripes
bit
are
and
what's
makes it
giving
more
it
interesting and
impact.
cozier.
Jesus.
That's a great idea.
I like it too.
Yeah, thanks, Nancy. More great ideas from you today.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Joan. It was a fun.
Nancy needs to get a new job.
And remember, with just a little imagination, you can
I like
make
the
your
other
decorating
lady's
dreams
designs
come true
better.
or less. I'm Joan Steffen. Thanks for watching. Hi, and welcome to Decorating Sense, the show that gives you great decorating ideas
Oh,
for a
good.
lot less.
This
I'm Joan
episode's
Steffen.
titled
Today
Teen
we'll take on a
Bedroom.
Decorating challenge. The couple who lives inside this house say they are willing to give up their master bedroom so their 2 teenage sons can share a bigger bedroom space. And we are going to create that new bedroom for the boys for under $500. We'll turn a master bedroom into a great space that 2 teenage boys can enjoy by dividing the room in half. Find out how to make a fabric headboard by
Yeah,
stapling 2
I'm
standard-sized
sure
pillows
2
to a
teenage
inexpensive
boys
wood frame.
would
And see
love
what
to share a
dramatic
room.
difference an interior redesign can make. We'll rearrange the homeowner's furniture and accessories to give a living room a new look.
I know. I have a brother, and when I was a teen, the last thing I wanted was to spend private time with him. Is that a wagon wheel with the label tabletop? Oh my
This
god.
very
I
small
hope not.
bedroom is shared by 2 teenage boys, ages 13 and 15, so you can understand the problems that would create. Look at this. We've got one twin bed over here, separated only by a few feet to the other twin bed. They're starting to complain that they can hear each other breathe at night. It's gotten that bad. Just take another look around. Small room, small space, lots of stuff to put in here. They're starting to get on each other's nerves, so it's time for a solution. And the solution is...
It's not
the
a
parents
small
have agreed to
room.
trade their large,
Are you
new,
nuts?
airy master bedroom in for the
Like, I can
smaller
understand
bedroom, just so the
having
boys
2
can have
boys
a
in
extra
that
breathing
room
I can't
is
believe you're doing this,
Hi,
Marsha
Joan.
Bouchard.
tight.
I can't
But
believe I'm doing it either. Can I
I-
change my mind?
I think you might want to reconsider, but as it is, it's just a great
Ooh,
thing for a
her
parent to
her
do.
top
Let's
is
see
not
these
playing
boys that
nice
we're
with the
talking about
camera.
here. Okay, so you got Jim there and you got Tom. Cute kids.
And
Oh.
Jim, our 15-year-old,
Tom
was the one
gets
that said
bullied.
he wanted his own space, and his suggestion was, let's just add on another addition. And
Makes sense.
I said, well, can't really afford to do that. So that's when we came up with this idea of splitting our master bedroom.
That is an unbelievable gift you're making to your son. So we're going to move all this furniture into that new room. Let's go take a
Where are
look.
they going? Like, they're giving
Okay,
up their
all the
master
furniture's
bedroom.
Coming down here. Well, it's not too far.
Where are they
from the
going?
Furniture. That's not too bad. Oh, Marcia. This is a great big room. Now I understand that you added this whole addition, this whole room, so you built this room. There are special feelings for this room, but it is time to say goodbye.
So long, room.
Are you ready for this?
I don't think I'm ready, but I think it'll be a great space for boys.
And you get to see the finished product in just a few hours. Okay, what we are going to do in this room, it's a big, airy space, as we've said, but we're going to separate it. So there are two
Yeah, the
living
green
rooms for these two young
carpet's
independent
a
boys.
choice.
And to do that, we're going to need a little extra creativity. And for
But
that, we
I will
turn to
forgive,
Ann Sunday.
it was the 90s.
Ann,
Hi,
this is going to be
Joe.
fun today.
We've got quite a challenge ahead of ourselves,
How are we
that's for
going
sure.
to divide up the room so these boys don't hear each other breathe at night?
Well, that was so funny. What we're going to do is we're going to take the bookcases and move those as a barrier dividing wall.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Then we're going to do some very fun black stripes on this back wall to give the room a lot of pizzazz. The boys wanted black and white.
Okay.
Then we're going to take this window, and all the windows in the room actually, and I'm going to do a window treatment with a trusty little ski pole.
Notice the trophies in the other room. They are sporty. aren't
Yes, soccer, skiing, rollerblading. So we're going to do a multi-patterned fabric up here that's got all sorts of sporting equipment on it.
They should like that.
Yes, just sort of play up the whole theme throughout the room.
Great ideas. Are you ready?
Yes, it's quite a challenge.
Yes.
Sporty will make the AstroTurf carpet make sense. I hope.
The first thing we did was prepare the walls for the hand stripe technique. We measured and marked the stripes in even widths, 9 inches apart. Then low adhesive tape is put up. We used this special tape because the paint will not bleed through it and it won't damage the paint when it's removed.
Lies.
Next,
As
the
somebody
fun
who's
begins.
painted a
We
room
load up a
using
roller
painter's
with
tape,
black
that is a
paint and
lie.
on it goes. A very simple process.
Either that or I put way too much paint on my brush.
Wow, does this wall have punch now? It is such a dramatic statement.
Well, and it's fun and easy to do. You just, especially economical when it's just one coat.
Sure.
And it didn't take that much time to do either. And it's really
It's giving
added a lot of
Beetlejuice.
pizzazz to the room.
It sure is.
So now let's take this and divide those two boys up.
Let's
And get
separate
those
them.
dividers in there.
Sounds like a good idea.
Alrighty.
Anne created 2 separate bedrooms by literally dividing the room in half. She used bookcases to create a wall barrier. The boys already owned 2 of these black bookcases, so we purchased a third for $172 to complete the dividing wall and give them more storage. As promised, the 2 twin beds were pushed as far away from each other as possible. Each bed was placed flush against the outside wall. Because our budget wouldn't allow us to spend money on new bedding, we went with the hunter green comforters the boys already owned. Anne wanted the beds to have a sofa effect, so she lined up colorful bolster pillows against the wall in sports theme and multicolored fabrics. These pillows are an easy do-it-yourself project, and the best thing, they
Okay,
are no
the
sew.
ball
Roll up
pattern-
the fabric and tie it with a shoelace.
The
Another
ball
very
pattern's
simple
okay.
project.
The yellow
Spray
needs to
paint
go.
a $20 wicker hamper, a color the boys chose, in this case, fire engine red. Place it at the foot
Sure.
of the bed, and voila, more storage for dirty clothes and stuff.
Why didn't you
are working
make
sports
the
theme, Anne.
pillows
This is a great
red to
idea
match
for a window treatment.
the...
And it really can't get any cheaper than this. We're doing, the ski poles that we're using were $1 a piece from a secondhand store. This sort of multicolored sports fabric was for 6 yards, I think it was $40.
There's more red in
And
that
then all we're
fabric.
doing is
Why
the
would you...
brackets were $15. So
Why would
for
you pick
all
yellow?
6 windows, it was like $61.
That is amazing.
And these are just sort of decorative little valances, kind of done almost like little pendants or something. And you just tie the knot at the end and using the ski pole as the curtain rod.
You know what I like about this too? It's really easy to change if you get tired of it.
Exactly.
It's not a big deal.
And then you
It's
can't
very fun,
see
easy to do,
the
add
fact
color,
that we're
change whatever
using
you
a
want to.
ski pole,
Plus it
except
just,
for the
again,
weird
fits the sport
end
theme.
at
It's
the...
really cute.
Really cool. Now, you gotta
the
tell me
weird
about this $40 desk
part
that's
at the
over
end.
the corner there.
It's a
Go,
very fun
wait
thing.
a second.
You have been creative, and you have literally pulled this desk out of thin air.
Exactly. What I
is it?
did here is I made the thing out of concrete blocks. They were about $1 a piece at the lumber yard. Then caulked it, used it caulking to put the blocks together.
That's a good idea.
Got a plywood board that's about 48 inches by 24 and had that cut. And basically then used black contact paper, which is real easy to use these days, and covered it. So it almost looks like the laminate bookcases that
I
we've
can't
got in
believe
here.
that's contact.
They
paper.
won't
That's
destroy
really
it, I
cool. And I love
guess.
The personalized chair.
Yes, the
Nice.
little
But-
iron-on name letters. And
God
then
forbid,
this is a
God
little
forgive
lamp that
you
we
if
got for
you
about $20,
accidentally
and I
whack
used
it with your foot
electrical
at the
tape and
while you're
decorated that.
sitting
Very
there.
easy, very simply, for about $1.
Yeah, and it brought all the colors of the room into the lamp. This is so cute. But you know what? It's time to bring the rest of the accessories into the room.
And to
You ready?
personalize the room.
Yep.
Let's bring them
Let's
in.
do it.
The kids get to keep their stuff. Very good. Adults have no room for sentimentality.
You know, I think you've accomplished everything you set out to do. This is a fun room. We have separation. That's a good thing.
Most important, we have separation. And it was fun and easy to do.
And we already have a thumbs up from both of the boys, so that's very encouraging.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was
Two separate
easy.
apartments.
Yep. It was easy, economical to do. I think we accomplished what we wanted to.
And for under $500.
$487 to be exact.
Okay, we can go out to dinner on that last 13.
Let's do it.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it was
Elsa. That
very fun.
really
Going
fun.
out to
Thank
dinner
you.
on
And now let's take a look back
$13,
at everything we
only in the 90s. This is fine. I think the striped wall was a mistake, and the pasta-esque pillows. But you know, it's fine. It does scream sporty, like this. It's like if I had a sporty Animal Crossing villager, I would decorate their house to look like that. I don't like these pillows. They look like pasta. That looks like ravioli.
I hope you'll stay
Making me
with us
hungry.
because when we come back, it's trash to treasure. We are going to show you how to turn an old drum into an end table. Now it's time to turn your garage sale find, somebody else's trash, into your treasure. And the guys who are going to help us do that are Steve Douthit and Jim Hansen. They own an antiques and home accessories store in Minneapolis, Minnesota called American Island, a great store. Thanks for letting us come out to your farm today.
Are we just gonna glue some dowels onto it and hope that
we're
the
gonna try to
bottom
get
doesn't
creative
fall
with
out?
Table legs. Is that the deal here?
Well, yeah, just one thing, and the main purpose here is just to try to convince you to look at normal things, everyday things in a different light, which is
We've been doing that.
right.
a lot.
That's our philosophy.
Anything can be a
We're gonna
table.
talk about some things you can make into tables.
Okay, but you said that you can find table legs anywhere?
Right. Any antique store, almost any antique store you go to, you'll find sets of table legs. Maybe the original table will have broken down, and people will bind up 4 legs and sell them for a couple dollars a piece. So they're available.
I'd look at that and say, what could you do with table legs? You looked at that and say, I can make a lot of tables.
That's right.
What have you done here?
The first thing I'm going to show you is a drum that we picked up in Long Island, and this is not something that's terribly easy to find, but I want to show it to you just because I think it's so attractive. And what we did was just paint some table legs and attach them to the bottom. Let me show you how we did that. On this particular one, we cut a plywood round to fit inside the drum.
Okay.
And attach the legs to that.
But what about
and
the
then
top?
attach the whole thing to the bottom of the drum.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, it really is. Makes a great table.
Well, if you can't find a drum, what would you do?
You know, the high schools are probably going to hate me for this, but why not call a high school or someplace that has a band and ask what they do when they retire their old musical instruments? Maybe they'll have some old drums that are not great for the
Fuck
band
those
anymore, but
kids.
movement.
They don't need the drums that they've been
You
playing
can
for
all pretend
years.
you're in my home right now. All of my
We can
homes
you
are
we can
haunted. I'm
get it
sorry
from
to
them
say, I
and
need to
sell
do
it.
something with them, and you're going to help me figure something out here.
Well, there's nothing wrong with white walls. A lot of people are comfortable with them, but like with this example, with this painting, you know, it doesn't really add anything to the accessory.
It doesn't pop.
So what I'd like to show you on this linen wall is that you can create a lot richer feel that's relatively easy.
Okay.
Some people get
I see
intimidated by sponging and
I'm
ragging.
going to assume that
and all
that's
those
just
different
a
techniques.
yellow
You know, or color in
sponge
general.
and not yellow paint.
But with this kind of an idea, you're just out the cost of the paint.
Please,
so it's
no
worth
more
the
yellow
cost.
paint.
What color are we going to go with?
Well, I selected this sort of terracotta color, and it's a pretty strong color. I'm just going to get my roller done here.
And I'm going to back out of the
And then just a little bit, you're just going to see. Now this looks really dramatic, something you probably wouldn't want to do to your white walls. But when you see the effect we're going to create...
You're not just going to paint it.
No, we're going to actually wipe it off.
Not as precise as the rag rolling.
Not as
techniques
precise.
we're
And actually this is tag board that we're using here. So.
That's great. Is it time to try that painting on?
Looks like a murder scene there.
Much richer.
It really does look a lot better. You know what, Steve? This is the perfect idea for me because I need a headboard for my daughter's room.
I talked to her this morning. She said she needed one, so I put this together for you.
You did?
And for her.
Oh, thank you very much.
Very simple, a great look. This is done with a piece of plywood and a couple of bed pillows.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Very simple.
It is a great looking head, and it's so soft and cushy. That's the bed pillows up
Right,
there.
right. Let me show you how we do it.
Okay.
We'll start out with a piece of plywood
Doesn't
cut
look
to the
like
size
much.
of the bed. No, it's very simple. This is, of course, for a twin bed, but you could do it for any size.
All right.
Plain wood supports.
Convince me.
Just screw the plywood onto the supports. Those will hook to the bed frame.
Okay.
Okay? Take a bed pillow.
Okay.
We'll position this. Now, do you ever wonder what happens when you tear off those tags?
Well, now I'm a little worried.
Nothing happens.
Are you sure? Okay, if I disappear by the end of the show.
Okay. Just staple that on. Watch your fingers, Joan. You
Okay.
got your safety glasses on?
No, I don't. Maybe I should, huh?
Again, you'll do that down the sides and the bottom.
On the bottom as well.
You'll do both pillows.
Got it.
Then you will wrap the headboard with batting and with fabric of your choice.
Plain polyester bag.
Right. And, of course, this piece will be big enough to go over the whole thing and the piece of fabric. You'll just pull it tight at the top and staple it, and that's it.
It'll be a great gift
Yeah.
for my daughter.
Would it?
Right.
Okay. Great idea.
Thanks.
You guys are...
But wouldn't it just be easier instead of stapling a pillow to just get some, like, polyfill? Like, just the stuffing? Since you're going to be covering it with fabric anyway, just fill the... Like, make a case and fill it that way. Because with the pillows, you're still going to have the problem with, like, you know, gravity. So, like, if you make, like, a case that you can fill with polyfill, at least then, like, you can refill it whenever it gets, like, all compressed at the bottom.
With so many great ideas. Can you do it again?
I think we can do it
I
again.
hope so. Thank you so much, Steve and Jim. It's been great fun.
You're welcome.
Stay with us because when we come back, we are going to transform a living room, give it a completely new look, simply by rearranging the homeowner's furniture and accessories.
Okay, the last one wasn't too bad. Let's see if they can do it again.
It's time now for an interior redesign. We have a group of designers from the Interior Arrangement and Design Association standing by, ready and waiting to rearrange a condo living room. In about 6 hours, that room will get a completely new look just by moving the homeowner's own furnitures and accessories around. Let's find out more. Lorraine and Kurt Holmquist recently moved into this modest townhouse from a larger traditional home. They met with designer Mary Jo Edstrom from the Interior Arrangement and Design Association for help in arranging their new home.
Kurt and Lorraine, it must be very thrilling to get into your lovely new home. It's your furnishings, they all look like new. What are your concerns?
Well, it's not so much any one specific problem, but downsizing into a townhouse, plus moving from a very traditional setting into a more contemporary one.
Before the transformation begins, let's take a good look at the living room we are about to redesign. Starting at around $250, the cost of a redesign depends on the size of the room and the amount of furniture and accessories.
Okay.
Or with a little creativity, you could try tackling it yourself. The entire room will be emptied in order to reset the furniture and choose which accessories from the house to add. Mary Jean joins the rest of today's
That's a neat
redesign team to
fireplace.
begin
I like that.
removing everything but the main furniture. First thing to go are the accessories.
Cindy, do you want to help me? These pieces are way too small for the mantle. Let's take them to the other room so we can shop from them later.
The china cabinets, crystal and china, don't coordinate with the room's colors. The bookcase looks too predictable. Items have been placed straight across with no creativity. Again, placing accessories
The
lined
things were
up
put
in
on the
rows is a
bookshelf.
design mistake. Out they go. Tables and chairs go next. These brass tables are two of a kind. Buying in pairs can create a redundant look. With the room empty and using the fireplace as the focal point, it is now time to find the right place for the couch.
Well, I wonder, we want to be sure to get it back as far as we can. That's one of the reasons we're moving the dining room table, so we can have a little bigger.
Let's go back
feel.
into the left, son.
Okay.
The dining room table takes up too much space at this angle. We turned it to complement the bay window and
But
open
the
up the
lights!
room.
The
To create
lights!
more seating, yellow and blue chairs are brought in to create two
There were
cozy
lights
corners.
where the table
And
was.
rugs are tested to see which fits better with the room. This wooden coffee table has a warmer feel than the old brass table. And a design tip, always leave 13 inches between the table and sofa for knee room.
I'm just trying to soften the edges of this window.
Hey, if your
so
friends
without
are taller,
all the mechanics of the blind.
Fuck them.
We can just cover this rod with a little bit of fabric rather than having draperies made.
Remember how the china cabinet needed more color?
We found this great blue china in the kitchen, and we brought
Aw,
it
look
in
at
as
the
a complementary
bunnies.
color to the yellow that we developed in the rest of the room. We added the silver for a little bit of shine in this part of the room.
While the china cabinet is touched up, Mary Jean works on a new look for the bookcase.
Balance is pretty good, and it's not. I like your collections, getting their collections out and mixing them with the books. Makes it kind of nice. Not solid books, no. And not solid knickknacks. Just a nice collection of your treasures.
The finishing touches come
How
from
dare
all
you
over the
use your
house,
bookshelf
such
for
as
your
Charles' collection of
books.
watches, bird figurines from the sunroom, flowers for the dining table, and even lemons as a creative table accessory to add a dash of color.
Make sure to use
Well,
fake
we
ones.
finished our room, and I think it looks fabulous.
As final touches are made, let's take a glance at what this beautiful room used to look like.
There was nothing wrong with that bookshelf. There's still nothing wrong with that bookshelf. Oh. That's fine.
Look at this.
Really nice.
Oh, this is wonderful. And the fire is going. Oh, all the blue is in here. That's
The
wonderful.
treatment of the window.
Yes. Oh, that's very nice. Very nice and soft.
Proof positive that you can rediscover the possessions you fell in love with long ago and see them in a whole new light.
That's
And to be able to utilize all the furniture
Yeah.
that we had before here and still have a look that's good.
They said they moved the table, but it looks like it's in the same spot.
For questions or comments, please write to Decorate for design number. Some of her designer tricks of the trade with us.
Whatever.
These first pictures are really dramatic. I like what you did in that living room.
Basically what I did here is opened up the living room and created an atmosphere that actually the owner of the home has, which is a lot. It's got colorful personality. We put a lot of color in the room, opened up the bay window, flip-flopped the sofa. We didn't buy any new furniture. We actually eliminated some, created a nice little wall gallery of her colorful 4-color pictures.
Huge change and not much money.
No, just a few $100 there.
Great ideas. Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember, with just a little imagination, you can make your decorating dreams come true or less. I'm Joan Steffen. Thanks for watching. Hi, and welcome to Decorating Sense, the show that gives you great decorating ideas for a lot less. I'm Joan Steffen, and today we're going inside this bungalow to make over a kid's bedroom that 2 young brothers share, and we're going to make it over for under
$500.
Let's see if this one's more interesting.
Horsey Western. We'll turn
Oh!
the little boy's bedroom into a functional and creative
I think I've
space.
seen a clip of this
Find out how
before.
to create attractive shadow box frames to display favorite collections. And a house husband shares his design secrets in the living room he redecorated on a
House
budget.
husband. So a stay-at-home dad?
Now we're going to redo the bedroom that is right in here. And I hate to say it, but this room is largely unimaginative. This is a room that is really good for one thing, and I'm afraid that one thing is sleeping. It's basic. It's not very creative. So when you need creativity, who do you call? Hi,
Hi, Shirley. Good to see you.
I know you've got great ideas.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun room. We are turning this room into a Western bunkhouse.
Oh, that would be
The kids really like cowboys, and so I thought I'd go with that. And if you notice what I'm holding in my hand, this is a product that rag rolls your walls.
What a great
Yeah, you don't have to get your nails dirty. I love that.
Okay, so
we're gonna do we're gonna do like a buckskin leathery type chamois finish on the walls, which will be very unusual and neat. Yeah.
Unusual paint for the walls. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, what every kid
some
wants.
hardware, so that'll come, and that's real inexpensive and very effective.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
And
that'll
the
be
bunk
great.
beds.
Bunk beds, it's a bunkhouse.
Got it.
Yeah, we can't afford to get rid of them.
But your accessories are what are really
They are
cool.
fun.
So imagine
Yeah.
you have to show
All right.
one of them anyway.
This is the cutest baby cowboy boots on a piece of barnwood.
For bookends.
Yeah.
What a great
Inexpensive, and the lamps are going to be great. I took a cowboy boot and turned that into a lamp. The window treatments are fun and cheap. This is a great room.
Lots of good stuff
Yeah.
coming up, and we're doing it all for under $500. We better get started.
Okay.
For all of these makeovers for under 500? I guess that makes sense with the name of the show.
As you can see, this kid's bedroom lacks imagination and creativity. It just isn't a stimulating environment for young children, and it doesn't reflect either of the boys' personalities. Kids need their own space to escape into, and that space needs to be functional and fun. Well, with paint cans and rag rollers in hand, we got ready for our broken color paint finish. First, we removed the wall border with water. It just peeled off. Then we rolled on the base coat in a warm tan color. For rag rolling, it's best to use an oil glaze. This is slow drying so that you'll have plenty of time to work on the finish. And as you'll see in a minute, it holds a pattern of rag prints distinctly. Next, I rolled on a glaze that resembles a worn leather color. Then, following right behind me, Nancy used the rag roller to lift off the paint to create texture. This is simple to do, but you have to work fast to treat the paint before it dries. It helps if there are two of you working together when covering a large area like this wall. With the rag rolling completed, we admired the look we had created. It resembled a chamois, much like a buckskin effect.
Gross.
This simple window treatment is a birch branch found outdoors. 8 multicolored bandanas, $1
Get a
each,
stick
were
from
knotted
outside
end
and
to
put it
end.
above
Then
your
this
windows.
colorful
Don't
swag
worry
was
about the
draped over
bugs.
birch bark branch. Total cost for the window, just $8. We pushed the original dresser back into place under the window. Because the dresser was in good shape, we added real birch hardware to the drawers to warm it up. An easy fix, just $50 for the hardware. I love this wall
Isn't this
treatment.
great?
It just gets better and better when it dries.
It looks like leather.
Yeah, and what I love about it, when I think about my kids and I think
Yeah.
about walls, I think about fingerprints.
Fingerprints,
Don't need to worry
feet
about
prints,
that.
nothing. I mean, it's really a nice surface.
Feet prints, I'm
You
not going to
never
touch them. I don't know. This I love though. Where did you
This
find
was a
that?
steal at a flea market for $24. And what's so cute about it, this is an old drafting table. That's why it tilts. And rather than sit at the desk, which we think our kids are going to do, and they have never sat at a desk in their lives, they can display their art or read or color or do whatever they want. It's so cute.
And the red accent.
Yeah, I like that.
And this.
The barn shelves. This is real barnwood, folks. I
Of
mean,
course
when
it
you
should be
go
barnwood.
into the country and you see these barns being knocked down, go in and take the wood because it's wonderful. It has a great
Theft.
look, and it was very inexpensive. $15 for this huge shelf that we cut into
Not
pieces
theft.
and used it. It's
I want to say
great.
Unless you're paying for the brackets.
Yeah, or else go in late at night. It's cheaper.
Yeah, no, just
About the nightlight.
steal
I
it.
think That's so creative.
The nightlight was an original oil can. and I had an electric store wire it for a lamp, and it was $20 to
Yeah,
wire
that's
it.
clever.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy any of
I
these
don't
little
mind that.
cans, camping cans or whatever. It's hard to say. Camping cans or oil lamps, whatever, and they can be made into lamps.
I love
And it's a great, great look.
At night it'll be just wonderful
Yeah.
here. And we're gonna have to show these boots again.
My
I just think
favorite.
they're such a cool idea.
It's such a cute idea. I mean, really, you should start saving your baby shoes because any type of theme, whether it's dance slippers, ballet shoes, or cowboy boots, and then we use the barnwood, and the barnwood was the free piece. So it's so cute.
It is just darling. This whole corner is just so alive. It's fun to look at.
We're not gonna address the fact that there's a giant ass skull in the room. Don't worry about it.
Boys' bunk beds with inexpensive bright red comforters. We found them on sale at a local discount store for $15 each. This pillow sham was made from old blue jeans and recycled flannel shirts complete with collars. And of course we needed to toss an authentic lariat around the footboard, a perfect decorative touch, not to be
So your
played with.
kids can strangle
The kids needed
themselves.
somewhere other than the dresser to put their clothes, so we placed this inexpensive pegged pole rack right next to the desk. And this basket will catch dirty socks, we hope. The key to
It won't.
interesting or theme lamps is to force yourself to see
Yo,
them
that
in a
Alvin
different
plush.
way. This old black
Sick.
leather cowboy boot picked up at a garage sale for $2 was turned into a funky western lamp. To camouflage the pitted brass base, we simply tied a cow print bandana around it. This wood rocking horse used to be a bar stool at a lake resort. It's now a sturdy chair for the kids. And this wood cutout holds the boys' Matchbox car collection. Even the bulletin board was decorated. Barnwood and authentic arrows were added for a personal.
Authentic arrows, so they
Look at a
can
cowgirl in another life.
they
This
can
room
stab
is
each other.
I was Annie Oakley. This was cute.
This is just fabulous.
Yeah, I love how it turned out.
But you know what? In every show, you will find we have a piece de resistance, mostly because I love to say that.
That's a good Western term.
This really is
not.
so
Look at this. Is this the greatest? I had a local artist make this for me. She is so talented. And I thought, little boys don't groom themselves, but if they had something cute to look into, maybe they'd brush their hair once a week.
Good
So we had
point.
this cowboy made, and I just let her go with it, and she was so clever. The face is a mirror. That we used half a hat. We had the hooks done. A real belt buckle, a real little bandana. It's adorable.
It is wonderful. I love the half a hat.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
But you were
Yes.
not perfect.
Yes. What'd I do?
She went over.
Oh,
You
yeah.
spent more than what we gave you.
Yeah.
By how much?
I owe you $7.
Yeah, you owe me $7.
I do.
But it was worth it.
Thanks.
Yeah, and we're going to take another look at what we have accomplished in this great room.
Ugh. Alvin says, "Help me." And what happens if they grow out of their cowboy face, huh? You gotta redo the whole entire frickin' room? Also, pillow made with
Giddy up. Stay with us.
old
When we come
shirts,
back, it's trash to
buttons and
treasure
all.
time. We're going to show you how to create
Mm-hmm,
wonderful
comfy.
shadow box frames to display your favorite collections. And now it's time for Trash to Treasure, when we take your garage sale finds, turn them into fabulous furniture and accessories. And the masters of Trash to Treasure are here, Jim Hansen and Steve Douthit. They own the American Island Furniture and Home Accessories store in Minneapolis. It's a great store. This is a great firm. Thanks for letting us come out once again today.
Glad to have you.
Talk to you later.
All right.
And you are going to show me how to turn, well, this is kind of like a common, ordinary little old table.
Right. We
Something
found
more special.
We found a pair of end tables here, and when they were made, they weren't terribly expensive stuff. You know, they're just kind of cheaply made. And plus, they're kind of a combination of a couple different styles. Got the federal drawer pulls, and then some chinoiserie going on down below, that sort of bamboo look.
Right.
So anyway, this is the kind of thing that we buy to paint.
Okay. Well, looks like you had some fun with that one. That was
Right,
great.
so what we do with a piece like this is we put one coat of latex paint on it and then rough it up with sandpaper a little bit. And then we
Am I
like the whole thing
stupid?
with wood stain.
And that gives it that.
Does-
Kind of tones it down a little bit.
Yeah, it
So
looks great.
Does
comparing
normal
the
paint
two,
not
you
react
have
to
kind of
sanding
a
as well
not so great
as
wood tone going
latex
on.
paint?
And then this has really great cottagey feel.
Yeah, this is a great, and it would go in a number of places. It could go in four-season porches. It could go
Right.
in living rooms if you have the right decor. It's great.
Right. And then another idea we had for this, because it has this lip,
Yep.
is, well, first of all, you could put something down here, like a piece of needlework or, you know, something that you've collected, even postcards, and put a piece of glass in.
Oh, that's a good
that
idea.
fits. So it would be kind of a shadow box idea. But what we did was I put some protected fabric on a piece of wood
How'd you do that?
with
Hot glue.
latex wallpaper border paste.
Oh.
And it's just like you wrapped it, so it was very
Right,
simple
right. Just kind of wrap it, and then you can just set
Alright.
that in the top, and gives you a different look.
And if you want to change that, you could easily change that.
Sure, sure.
That's very cool.
And this is something that we do decorative painting on pieces of furniture like this, but somebody that couldn't do decorative painting could do the fabric look and get the same kind of
I
idea.
get the sense you're talking about me, but I'll let that pass.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks.
I don't
This
hate
is
that.
a great idea. If you're
I
like
hate the
me,
distressed
and I hope
look,
you're
but
not,
whatever.
But if you have lots of collections of small things your kids have brought to you, if you've collected from vacations, great way to display things and have some meaning.
I'm like you. I've got a lot of small things.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have you come home with a bunch of shells from the sea?
Right.
They're special when you get them, but you don't know what to do with them when you get them home.
Yeah.
Well, this
Give
is a
them
great
a
way
jar
to display 'em.
listed with the
shadow box.
In
year
a shadow box and
and
easy
the
to
place
make.
that you went.
Okay, how do we do that?
Now this is lath, and this is
Okay.
very inexpensive. You can get 50 pieces in a bundle for a couple dollars at the lumber store.
Have lots of fun with that.
And
then.
you use the lath to make your shadow box.
Okay.
So you just cut it to the size of the frame you have.
Okay.
You put a back on it. I've used
Oh.
plywood here, but you could use a heavy cardboard or a tag board, foam
Oh,
core.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be simple.
And then you just set it into the frame.
Okay. But first, we're going to be gluing all of these little items that you collected.
Right, exactly.
So what? How would you attach those items?
I use model cement for these.
Okay.
And then I attach the frame
Model
to the shadow
cement?
box with the hot glue.
Okay. And you can come up with all kinds of things that you would do a shadow box for. can't you?
Marbles, autumn leaves, bird feathers, marbles,
Yeah.
anything.
And
You
it's
said
not
marbles
expensive.
before.
You could change it.
Yeah, you can
if
do
you
this for a
wanted to.
couple of dollars.
Yeah.
It's and let me just tell you, around the turn of the century, 2 women used to put their wedding veils in shadow boxes. It's a great look.
Yeah. So
do
think
that
of
for your
something.
mom.
That is a great idea. Think of something special and put it in a shadow
Makes
box.
it more special. Yeah.
Okay, Jim. What do you have here? This is gorgeous.
Thanks, Joan. What we've got here is a painted floor cloth. Something really easy to do and quite inexpensive.
Just like a summertime look for your house.
Right, right.
And the amazing thing to me is you painted this.
Yes, I painted this, but the one I'm going to show you, I think you could paint.
Oh, okay. Well, I questioned that, but let's take a look anyway.
I've got kind of a work in progress here,
Okay.
and I just want to show you a couple of the things. I'll grab this. When you're doing a painted floor cloth, the most important thing to do is to get the canvas really flat before you prime it.
First of all, where do you get the canvas?
Oh, the canvas we picked up at an Army surplus store where they also make awnings.
Oh,
So you
okay.
just have to check your yellow pages and find a place that sells canvas.
So pretty inexpensive.
But what I usually do is staple onto a piece of wood so that the canvas stays real tight when I'm doing the priming.
Okay.
Then when I move on, I do a base coat of latex paint.
Okay.
And then
These
for
guys
decorative
must buy
painting,
latex
I like
paint
to
in
use
bulk.
a board as a guide when I'm laying out the lines for the painting, and then also you can use a board as a guide for a paintbrush. Keeps your
sure.
hand steady.
Okay.
So that might be something you could try.
Looks like you roughed it up just a little bit.
Yeah, then of course we like to rough everything up so it has a little bit of
noticed
age.
that.
This I just roughed up with a little bit of sandpaper, and then I put a coat of polyurethane on it.
To
so it's
protect it.
very durable.
Okay. See, that surprises me. It doesn't look that durable, but it's gorgeous. Is it hard to take care of?
No, not at all.
Isn't it?
Just
Oh.
a simple damp
I
mop.
think I walked into that one, didn't I? Okay. No, it works very well. This is cool. I was hoping you'd put my initials on it, but we'll talk about that later.
The next one.
Okay. Thank you again very much. Lots of fun.
So it's like a fake
Stay with
rug.
us, because when we return,
Okay.
you are going to meet a very creative house husband who redecorated his family's living room on a very tight budget. We are now in the living room of the house where we perform magic in that boy's bedroom upstairs. Don't you think? Doesn't it look great?
They're gonna love that, I'm sure.
Yeah, and this is Michael Levin. He
is the father of those wonderful boys, and very
Ah, the
creative in his
sport
own right.
boys.
He created this lodge look living room on a very tight budget. It looks so cool.
Thank you very much.
But I know you had another challenge.
Well, because I have 3 boys, I wanted to make sure that the room was friendly, child-friendly. And
Or not sports boys, the cowboys.
A little durable.
Oh,
Sport boys were in the last
I
episode.
think very durable. Let's introduce everybody to your boys. They're so cute.
Thank you. This is Jordy. He's the oldest.
Uh-huh.
Brian. And the new guy is Spencer. He's just about 3 months now.
He's a doll.
Thank you.
Well, let's get started talking about, how about the walls? I love the look on the walls.
Well, thanks. The walls are just a flat white paint with brown kind of buff glaze over them, and then a clear glaze over that, so you can scrub the walls without scrubbing off the paint.
I know why. How about this? This is a great look with the copper in the front and everything.
Well, this is not an
I
antique.
hate a
It's actually
textured
just
wall.
stock kitchen cabinets.
It
with
just
the
looks
plywood top
dirty.
And stock molding I put on with the hardware and the copper tooling I did as well.
You know, I love this. You put this in, obviously, because the design matches your rug.
Yeah, well, I couldn't find any designs in the books that
Oh,
I
that's
liked, and I wanted to go
nice.
with the
He
room,
did
so I
the
just
copper
put
tooling
the design
himself.
onto the carpet.
That's
And,
nifty.
It's just a great look. You should be really proud of yourself.
Thank you very much.
And that wasn't the only thing Michael crafted. This lamp was made out of a $20 bird cage that he discovered at a garage sale. He bought a new stock shade at a local discount store and placed silk ivy inside the cage. Michael added hinges to 3 old discarded shutters that his neighbor threw out to create this trendy folding screen. His photo arrangement was carefully thought out. He displayed family photos in assorted frames. Most of the frames are very simple in design. This makes the photos more important than the frames. Your focus is on the smiling faces, not the picture frames. And
Why
Michael
would
also carefully
you be
thought
paying
about the
attention
placement
to
of
the
wall
frames?
posters. Because the room has a lot of strength at a low level with the dark green couches and twig furniture, he needed to bring some height into the room. The positioning of this cowboy boot poster above the cabinet draws the eye upwards. And we all know framed posters don't break the bank. Michael, my guess is this stained glass must have broken the bank.
Actually, no. That was our 10th anniversary gift to each other. It was about $240.
Wow.
We buy gifts for the house and not for each other on our anniversaries. And
Oh,
we
that's
saw
a
it in
great
Atlantic.
gift.
Yeah, thank you. We really fell in love with it and saw it. And we hung it here, so it cuts off the living room from the dining room a little bit because there's this big archway here.
It's gorgeous. I've only bumped my head on it 3 times today.
It's good.
How would you bump your head on it? There's a chair underneath.
Michael and his wife Stacy fell in love with twig furniture. On the twig chase, he displays a pastel quilt that looks like they've owned it for years. It's brand new, and he only spent $35 on it.
That looks like it would be
His
painful
wood
as hell
daisy
to
plant
sit on.
originally was outside the house. Michael brought it indoors and filled it with kindling and wood. To add interest and height to the mantel, Michael placed a $5 woven basket of twigs on one side and a smaller clay vase and painted wood flowers on the other end. More baskets were hung next to this pottery picture. A grouping like this draws your attention to the sofa. A single picture would not.
This is a great, simple window treatment. How did you think of that?
Well, we needed some greenery in the room, but we can't have any actual real plants because the cat eats them. So all these are fake. And actually, the inspiration for the room was sort of like Snow White
Mood.
and the Dwarfs. So we wanted that.
So my cats eat the
potted
fake
in a
plants
kind of
too.
feeling,
So
It's great. That's a great idea for me since I can't grow anything real and green. Wonderful ideas. You've got a great room here and great kids.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting us into your house today.
Well, thanks for coming.
Stay with us because when we come back, we are going to share some designer tricks of the trade with Nancy Golden.
For questions or comments, please write to Decorating Center.
We are back with Nancy Golden, and she's going to share some designer tricks of the trade. But before that, we have to show you a little bit of tape from earlier when we were trying to paint that wonderful boy's bedroom upstairs.
Remember I said you could have a manicure first? Well, don't have a pedicure.
That's a very good point.
I stepped right in the
Oh,
paint.
God,
And you
no.
stepped onto the canvas
Carpet,
and then looked at the carpet.
Yeah.
It was fabulous.
It
we
was
like
a
that
piece
trick.
de resistance.
Definitely. I suppose we better get back to work
Okay.
here. This is a beautiful
who was
kitchen. Is this something you-
I like
producer of
this.
that?
I'm showing 2 pictures today because I wanted to show what I like and what I don't like and why.
I'll be interested to hear that.
This is my favorite because they use papers in here that aren't necessarily typical coordinating papers.
Yeah, that's true. I would never choose
No,
those
and then
two
they
to go
use the
together.
border to tie in the black. And my favorite thing in this space is that the chairs don't match.
You're right.
There's a love seat instead of 2 chairs that's iron. There's a chair without any cushions that's wood. There's chairs covered in cushions. There's a baker's rack that has no meaning to anything because it's a different color entirely. I just think it's fun and funky. Look at the quilt. I threw that over the banister. I love that.
There's a lot going on here.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
But you don't have
Yes,
really good
interesting.
feelings about this one.
That's a word.
I can't even look at it.
Hey, what's wrong with this?
Because it's too decorated. This looks like somebody went to the wallpaper store and said, open the book to page 38 and show me what matches what.
Yeah.
And so the stripe matches the floral, matches the cabinetry, matches the fabric on the windows and on the sofa, and then they threw in a pillow that doesn't match anything. I don't get it. I think
would think you wouldn't like the not matching pillow.
not in this room. I mean, it just, nothing works. I mean, maybe the pillow matches the grapefruit, and what happens when they rot? There's nothing that works about it.
So I've got to stop going to the wallpaper store and say,
Yeah.
I want that page.
Right, or go to 2 different stores.
Good advice. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
It's been
Joan.
fun today.
Thanks, my pleasure.
Nice to see you again.
I don't like you.
And remember, with just
I don't
a
like
little
her.
imagination, you can make your decorating dreams come true for less. I'm Joan Stephan. Thanks for watching.
Also, they were wearing shoes. So they intentionally said, you know what would be funny? Take your shoe off and step in the paint.
Hi, and welcome to Decorating Sense, the show that gives you great decorating ideas for a lot less. I'm Joan Stephan, and today we're going inside this townhouse complex to redo a totally beige living room, dining room combo for under $500.
We'll give a beige living room a color facelift by adding red, turquoise, and dandelion yellow to the room. Find out how to create decorative picture frames using objects like an old floor grate. And we'll show you how you can rearrange the furniture and accessories in your home to create a new look without spending any money. We are now in the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room of a fairly new condominium. And there are a series of 3 rooms that pretty much flow into one another. And there's nothing really wrong with that, except if you take a look around the room, you can see that it's what we'd have to call a pretty safe space. We're working with a little beige, a little more beige, and then there's a little more beige down here. It's a long space, too. It's like a bowling alley almost. There's nothing to visually stop your eye any place in this room. The accessories are very few and not very well defined.
It's a new condo. Why would it have a lot of personality?
And the woman with all the personality here today is Ann Sunda. Thanks so much for joining us. She's worked magic within our budgets in the past, and she's going to do the same today. So what are the problems in this space?
Well, we've got a long space that needs some definition. So what we're going to do, because with paint, you can foreshorten a room, bring in the area, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take red-orange paint there, and then red-orange paint over on this wall, and define that and create a difference between the kitchen and the dining room.
That's going to be a
that's wide open space. Let's make it feel more claustrophobic.
Then we're going to work with accessories and put some things up on top there, and work some accessories over in here, and then do a very colorful hand-painted floor mat. Really to create a lot of excitement in the room for not too much money.
There's going to be a lot of stopping places for your eyes in this
yes,
room.
absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
We've got a lot of work to do. We're going to do it all for under $500.
That's right.
Where do we start?
Okay, paint.
As you can see, this room is very neutral and safe. There isn't any color that surprises you or stops your eye from traveling all the way to the end of the room. The room needs to be shortened and brightened up.
Why? Why does it need to be short?
Paint is an instant room transformer. To bring interest to the far end of this living room, we started with a red-tinted primer. Then we went to work. We rolled on a bright red crayon color. Now the eye naturally travels to this fireplace area. To divide the living room from the kitchen area and stop the eye, we used the same red paint to cover this cutout wall. Back to the fireplace. To highlight this area, we really used our imagination. A framed poster was way too predictable, so we created a frame on top of a frame idea. This is a simple project anyone can do. Tape off the size of frame you desire, then let your artistic talents take over. We painted a dandelion yellow frame centered above the fireplace. Then we decorated it with turquoise swirl designs. We used stamps to create the design. You don't have to be a fabulous artist if you use stamps. And remember, if you make a mistake, you can cover your mistake with leftover paint. So take a risk. Our stamp frame looked great, so next we hung an inexpensive poster print in the middle of it. Total cost for our one-of-a-kind frame, $30 for paint and $35 for the print.
I can't
we loved
decide.
this frame in a frame so much, we created the same look around the dining room red wall.
That sucks.
Minus the swirls. Wow, this was a lot of punch out of a canvas floor mat.
And it was a lot of fun to do, too.
And you think anybody could do this?
Oh, absolutely, especially if you use those at-home stamps of any kinds of things around the house. Very easy to do.
How do we do it?
Well, basically, why don't we turn this over and I'll show you. It's canvas that's been treated with a gesso, so you don't even have to use that step anymore. Okay. And this is a 5x7, and I just turned the edges over and did it with duct tape.
The homeowner's friend.
Infamous duct tape.
Okay.
Then painted the design on with blue and just sort of mapped out with a ruler just exactly what colors I wanted to do on the inside.
You went crazy.
I went crazy.
Now, how do we protect it so we can walk on it?
Polyurethane. And there's a really great water-based polyurethane now, so you can do it anywhere and there isn't going to be full of fumes or anything.
Great. Got the floor taken care of. It's time for accessories.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Accessorize we did. On top of the armoire, we placed assorted colored baskets. These inexpensive woven baskets were spray painted the colors of the room to coordinate with the design. When grouping baskets, consider the space you're working with. Vary the heights and shapes of the baskets when arranging them. To break up the beige color and to add an element of surprise, we tossed on
Yep, that's a surprise.
We shopped for brightly colored scarves and then wrapped and tied the owner's existing pillows. Your cost is the cost of the scarves. This $25 lamp began as a basic porcelain base. We dressed it up by decoupaging torn, multicolored crepe paper. On top of the crepe paper, we applied a sealer coat to protect the color.
Would have been better if
we
they painted it.
stamp-printed each of these photo frames with rubber cutout stamps. This personalizes your frames in a creative way.
That's kind of cute.
In the dining area, we have a terrific idea for an easy do-it-yourself chair cover to disguise unsightly furniture. These cushions are 2 layers of fiberfill covered with fabric and sewn on the outside edge. Seam binding ties hold the cushions in place. The backs of the chairs are disguised with pillow slip covers. Just slip the fabric over the chair. A completely new look for all 4 chairs at a cost of $15 per chair. Look around your house when creating colorful tabletop decorations. This centerpiece began as a regular houseplant.
Is that a...
We added silk daisies.
Why did I put silverware inside of it?
Hand-painted clay pot. A regular houseplant can become something extraordinary if you use it.
Why is there a spatula in it?
Speaking of imagination, I'm glad we had yours to use today because mine would never have come up with all this great stuff. It looks cool in here.
Well, a lot of paint, a lot of fabric, a lot of sort of fun, crazy little whimsy ideas.
Yep, it's a different space.
Absolutely.
And you have one more great idea for us, how to turn ottomans, which a lot of people have, into a coffee table.
Basically, what I did here is just hand-painted a tray. This is a wood one. You can use any kind of a tray, plastic, whatever, and use it to turn use your ottoman for more than one piece of furniture. You can also use it as a coffee table.
Pretty simple. Then take the tray away, you got an ottoman back.
Absolutely.
Okay. Great ideas today. Thank you so much. A lot of fun. And we did it all for $485. So we have some money left over. I don't know.
You didn't change it into a coffee table. You just put a thing on top of it.
In the meantime, let's take a look at everything we've accomplished in these rooms.
This is fine. I don't like that they left the air conditioner unpainted. really draws your eye to the giant beige air conditioner. And I hate this canvas floor thing. But I guess we brought it up in the last segment, so I have to convince people that that's a good idea. Lamps suck. Baskets are fine.
I hope you'll stay with us because when we come back, it is Trash to Treasure. We're going to show you how to create decorative picture frames using objects like old floor grates. Really?
Even she's not convinced.
It is now time for Trash to Treasure, that time when we take things that you might find at a garage sale or a flea market and turn it into something really special for your home. For that, we have the masters of creativity here. They made me say that. Steve Downer and Jim Hansen. They own the American Island Antique and
She
Home
laughed,
Accessory Store in Minneapolis.
but we know it was true.
Thanks for letting us come out again.
Our pleasure.
Masters of Creativity. I'll talk to you later.
We love that.
You make me say it. We're talking about frames now. How to take just ordinary, cheapo frames you can find lots of places and turn it into something personalized.
Yeah, I always go to the $2 bin at the store and grab whatever frames they have because they always have different sizes and shapes and widths of the frame.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of things with frames.
And it inspires you.
Yes.
Okay, what does it inspire you
Well,
to
let's
do
start
now?
with this one. This one is a $3 frame because it's a little wider.
Uh-huh.
And this one I just used, a twig from my own trees. Just went out, cut some twigs.
Okay.
Applied the twig on the outside of the mirror.
Just nailed it on.
Yep. Added a little bit of natural, that's how it grew, so that's how I put it on.
I like that.
It's just a great lodgy look.
That's a great look, yeah.
Now this one is just a 5x7 frame that I painted red with latex paint,
Mhm.
roughed it up a little bit. I know you've heard that before.
Yes, you do like to rough things up.
Sanded
don't
it, stained it,
Mhm.
added a little wooden flag.
That's very cute.
Just a cute little 4th of July.
Very
frame.
festive. Put your child's photo in there with a
Right.
sparkler or something.
Now this one is just a regular 10x12 frame.
Mhm.
I used a little bit of cedar shake
Cedar
that I
shake,
cut into
okay.
strips, but you could just as easily go to the hobby store and use basswood.
Basswood, that's what you would ask for?
Basswood.
Okay.
Make a little trellis.
Or like
This is
asswood.
great for the botanical picture that I've got in there. It's great for a wedding photograph.
Yeah, that would be cute.
Really wonderful.
That's a wonderful idea, and it looks kind of roughened up there, too.
Spray painted this one, and the cedar soaks it up, so it has that kind of
Gives you that
aged
rough
look.
look. Okay, how
and then
about
last
this
but
guy?
not least, this, if you can believe it, is an old metal floor grate. Wonderful for a frame and perfect for Jim's high school picture.
When he's gone, you say
Very
those
unusual.
things.
I mean, who would think to use a floor grate for a
Well, I think the
picture
answer
frame?
would be you, Steve.
And now you.
Yeah. Good idea. Thanks, Steve. You are looking at what can only be described as a nasty before photo. This does not look like a nice piece of furniture, but you have turned it into something fabulous.
Yeah, we got this cupboard free out of a neighbor's basement.
I guess I'm not surprised. It was kind of nasty.
And we turned it into
It
a
looked
great entertainment
fine.
center. We did do a few different things to it, which I'd like to explain. First
Okay.
of all, most obvious, we painted it red, and then we did the inset panels of the doors green.
Mhm.
Then, of course, roughing it up a little bit, we exposed some of the original kind of butter yellow that was coming through.
Because it's still an obviously old piece of furniture.
Right,
So you want
and
some
we
of
didn't
that
want to
come
make it
through.
look brand new or anything.
Sure.
And then we just used some stock crown molding from the lumber store.
Oh, you finished it
to
off up there.
finish off the top a little bit.
That's a great touch.
Yeah, and it needed something. You know,
Yeah.
it just looked a little bit chopped off.
Yeah. And I know the bottom needed a lot of
Yeah,
work too.
in
doesn't
fact, this is what pretty much the whole piece looked like.
Look at
And for
that.
some reason, in its former incarnation, this piece had been added, and maybe to make it look more sleek, sort of a deco period
Yeah.
or office type of furniture or whatever. But you can see this before of the leg area
All right,
here.
yeah.
The first thing we did was take off this piece.
Good to remove
totally
that.
destroyed the look of the piece.
Yeah.
And then we did add this one little strip of green just to kind of pull down the cold
Paint-
molding.
paint
and,
choices,
accentuate
something.
the feet a little bit.
Good thinking. Okay, if you want something that's really distinctive for your bedroom, Steve has the answer for you here. This is a birch bed.
Right.
I have never seen anything like this.
It grew this way. It did.
Really?
Yeah, I found it in the backyard. No, actually, this is reminiscent of the Adirondack style of furniture done with a lot of birch bark and twig. One of my favorite things to do. It's just so, well, I can't even think of the word for it.
But it looks complex.
No, it's not.
Really?
No, it's easy to do. Now, this is a head and footboard that on its own was not very good. It was, the veneer was bad. It was just not acceptable on its
You
own.
wanted to cover it up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So birch was a great answer.
First of all, how do you get birch?
Well, I got birch in northern Minnesota. There are a lot of birch trees that are down there. Now, I don't kill any live trees to do this.
Okay.
Easy to do. You just use a razor knife and you cut the tree and the birch peels right off.
Okay.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I'm going to show you how to do this.
Oh boy.
Now this is just a practice board.
Okay.
This
This is the headboard.
a piece of birch.
Okay.
It comes off in big sheets like this.
I recognize
Now why don't you
this.
go ahead and staple?
That's all you do is just
That's all you do. Watch your fingers, Joan.
Okay, that would be a good.
We aren't insured.
Good advice. So you just go along the edges?
Right.
Would you take something like that off?
Absolutely not. You
No?
leave all the imperfections. That's what makes it really special.
Really? Okay.
So it can flake off on you while you're
One more at the
sleeping.
bottom.
One more.
Yeah, perfect.
There?
That's good.
Okay.
Just to get the idea. Now, see, these aren't birch twigs. These are just twigs from my own trees. But
Okay.
you get the idea that now once this is on, you would cut along the edges to the shape you wanted, and you would apply the birch, or excuse me, the twig with just a little nail.
Like little finishing nails?
Yeah,
or
and you
something
can
like
leave
that?
this odd stuff on and just go ahead and nail it down. Leave it real organic.
The more natural, the better, because that's
Right.
what you're doing.
And what a great bed for a lake cabin.
Yeah.
Or, well, why not in the city, too? I mean, who says?
You want a little touch of the country in the city?
Right.
That'd be great.
Right.
Have I told you they have great ideas?
Oh, yes, but tell me again.
Oh, you guys have great
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you one more time for letting us come out here. I'm always filled with great ideas when I leave.
We love to have you.
Thanks so much. Stay with us, because when we come back, we are going to
Why
show
do I
you how
have
to
the feeling that
redesign
she
a
actually
living room.
hates them? Like next season, they're not
Now,
going
with
to
the
be
Quick Menu by Ready
in the
to
show
Redesign
kind
a
of
Living
hate.
Room. We're going to give you advice on how you can create a fresh, new look simply by rearranging the existing furniture and accessories. Let's check in with them. Diane Prentice has lived in this Cape Cod-style home for
Aw,
2 years.
cute.
She loves the cottagey feel the furniture and soft yellow walls have, but she's having trouble pulling it all together. This room looks over-decorated. The fabrics, furniture, and accessories are all matched. Therefore, there's no crispness. It needs something unexpected. And a lot of people make this mistake. All the furniture is lined up on the outside wall of the room. We need to shake that up a little bit. We need to change the predictability of this
I like
room.
that goose.
And so,
I
Susie
want that
Ingram and
goose.
Lisa Billings from the Interior Design and Arrangement Association came along to give Diane and the rest of us some tips on redesigning our homes. The first thing we do is empty the room of all the accessories and smaller furniture, leaving the larger pieces for new placement.
I'm looking forward to working on this coffee table because it leaves a big void in the middle of the room, and we're going to build it up with accessories.
These table accessories are all too shiny. With so much crystal, there isn't any depth.
I think these pictures are too far apart. They'll have a lot more impact when we hang them together.
These items don't tell
yeah.
a story. They're
Agreed.
simply lined up with no purpose. Everything is cleared and moved to a staging area along with other items we find from the home. This allows us to take a good look at all the homeowner's accessories.
We need to create a focal point.
Yep.
And the television, they use a television in this room.
Mm-hmm.
So
We're going to try an angle.
I'm thinking that it would create some interest in this square.
Let's try this. Let's go this way.
Okay.
And now it's time for the television hutch.
Let this be our focal point and balance that diagonal with this one.
Yes.
Perfect. This hutch sits at an angle to allow for viewing access, and it creates a fabulous focal point for the sofa. We brought in this rug we found in the den. It connects the furniture and coordinates with the pale yellow
right,
wall
all right.
color. The chairs are placed back in their spots, and we bring in more furniture. This table is perfect to display accessories on, and that creates height and warmth in this back corner. Chairs don't have to be a pair to be placed together. These two create more interest.
Why would you put
This
chairs
display
in front
case
of your
comes in from
TV?
the family room to see if it fits. Now the art goes up, and Susie's women get placed together to create a greater impact.
We're using the dark woods on these framed photographs here to punch up the white of the armoire and to balance the dark woods we've used in the rest of the room.
These apples put a splash of color on the table, and a family photo always adds warmth.
I like the way these pewter candlesticks finish off this tablescape we've done. We've added the plate rack, set her up for tea with a nice jolt of color with her own silk roses.
We filled the display case with collections of the homeowners. Angels and mom mementos fill the case with items close to her heart. The homeowner had this piece created to represent herself and her 4 sisters. It sits proudly above a painting of her house and an end table holding more family photos.
Lisa, I'm glad we found this extra fabric in the sewing room. It adds a nice, fresh, crisp look to these old cushions and these wicker chairs. It's great.
To complete the room, more of Diane's
we didn't want to
angels are
sew
placed
it.
atop the
That'd
hut
be too much
to watch
work.
over her and her family. As the final touches are made before Diane sees her new room, let's take a look at our accomplishment.
I guess it's fine.
Oh, you guys, it is just unreal.
For questions or comments, please write to Decorating Sense in care of 8 your daytime.
Just a couple more secrets with us. What are we looking at here? Well, here we're looking at an empty living room. And what we did is we turned it into a garden room. And we put in a lattice screen into the nursery and got that for about $12 for about 6 or 8 feet of that. Wow. Then what we did is we mixed coloring. This was an old piece. We covered that in a beautiful red, mixed it in with a rug. Again, sort of playing what we're talking about today, mixing a lot of color in. The stripes and the florals. We took an old antique lamp and added some fringe to the shade to sort of make it look antique as well. And just basically sort of mixed and matched with accessories to give it the feeling of a garden room with the ivy up there, etc. It really has it. Looks great ideas. Thanks again for everything today.
It needs like a picture or something.
With a little imagination, you can make your decorating dreams come true. For
Looked
I'm
unfinished.
Joan Steffen. Thank you for watching.
Hi, welcome to Decorating Sense, the show that gives you great decorating ideas for a lot less. I'm Joan Steffen, and today we are going inside this Rambler to make over an all-white bathroom that 2 young children share. We are going to colorize it for under $500. This all-white children's bathroom will get a complete makeover. We'll show you how to create a colorful and whimsical bath with hand-painted accessories. Find out how to work with textiles, turn vintage suits into crazy quilts, old coats into toy teddy bears, and an old apron into a sassy window treatment. And we'll show you how you can rearrange the furniture and accessories in your home and create a fresh, new look without spending any money.
We've made it to season 2, folks. There are a couple episodes that I didn't add in.
We are in the lower level of a
season
newer
1.
house today, and as you can see, the lower level is pretty much owned by the younger children in the house. This is Max and Ellie's playroom, but the room we're going to redo is actually the bathroom, Max and Ellie's bathroom. And right now it's just a very white, plain, ordinary bathroom. You got the shower, you got the toilet, you
I
have
like
4
that
walls,
seashell
and pedestal sink, which is really cool. Great,
shower
clean,
curtain, that's fun.
contemporary lines in here. But there's no
I'm sure we're
storage.
gonna get
So
rid
we
of
need
that.
A little color, and we definitely need to add storage. And the creative wizard who's going to help us with that is my friend Nancy Golden. So nice to see you again. You're here to help us with this.
What the hell is that poster?
Which is like a good thing and a bad thing, right?
It is a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is it starts like a white canvas. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
The bad thing is if they're not imaginative, they're staring at a white bathroom and don't know where to begin.
It's intimidating
It is intimidating. So we're starting today with the border.
This is not intimidating.
This is so
cute.
darling. It's a kid's cartoon border, and this is going to really be where we're going to get our jump start for the whole bathroom.
That sets the tone.
The cartoon-like, the bright colors, the whole palette is from this border.
That'll look great against the white.
It's adorable. And then the next thing we're doing is kid art. I love this. This is so cute. We've had the Allie do some paintings, and we've dry mounted them, and we're going to paint frames around them.
That'll be fun.
And then 15 years from now, when they're off in college, the parents can come in here and sob. I know what that's like.
But now with the storage issue, that's going to be a
And the
huge-
kids
It
will
is a
be
huge
like,
issue. And
Mom,
what I've
why the
done
hell
is
did you
come up
keep
with some
that?
cute ideas with a shower curtain.
Now this one I've got to see.
I know.
A storage
You've
shower
trusted me
curtain.
before.
I have, and
Okay.
you've never let me down.
Okay. Shower curtain and some shelving and some cute baskets. So we're going to make up for the pedestal sink.
Okay. You know, this room is going to change a lot.
A lot.
Today. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to do it all for under
$500.
$500. No problem. We can do it. Let's get started.
Okay.
As you can see, this bathroom is very, very white. The pedestal sink doesn't provide any storage, and the room lacks color and creativity. And we all know that color is what stimulates a young child's imagination. So that's where we'll begin, with this colorful boys and girls wall border. The colors in this border are our starting point for this room. This is the color palette we'll work with.
It's a
An inexpensive wall border makes an enormous
cute.
difference to an all-white
a bit
bath.
much,
This
but
brightly
it's
painted
cute.
box used to be an old medicine cabinet from the 40s, the kind that was recessed into the wall. We pulled the colors from the border and painted the shelves and trimmed the same.
The fun fact about
This
those, a lot of times, because they were recessed into the wall, there was also a spot in them to stick used razor blades. So when you go to update your bathroom, you can open up the wall, and out comes a bunch of rusty used razor blades.
The box is now home to Allie's Beanie Babies collection and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Around the mirror, Nancy hand-painted a multicolored cartoon-like frame. Nancy won't let me paint. She experimented with the design before she began, but hey, if you make a mistake, you can always cover your error with more white paint. On the opposite wall, we hung two brightly painted oval bulletin boards, one for each child. These began as gold plastic frames, the kind you'd see in the beauty parlors years ago. Dry, itchy scalp? The corkboard was spray painted and inserted behind the frames. Now, Allie and Max can change their boards with their moods. These big plastic hooks hold a towel for each, a boy towel and a girl towel.
My favorite. I love the shower curtain.
I know you would.
It is so cute and so functional. It's perfect. Oh, that's it. That's all I'm giving you. How did you do it?
You know what? This is an idea that really was kind of like out of necessity because there is no storage. And I thought, where do you store something in a bathroom? And where do kids store things? They store things in their pockets. So I created pockets out of inexpensive washcloths, had them sewn onto a shower curtain. You could sew them yourself. I couldn't, you could. And just store all kinds of bath accessories, toys and hair clips and cotton balls and whatever you need. It's within easy reach.
And ugly as sin.
So much color.
A lot of impact. Yeah, and about these, you got to explain these.
Well, that's another thing. I thought, how can I get color up high? Ordinarily, shower
Plus,
curtain
like,
rings are
these
thrown
are
away. Nobody pays any attention
little
to them. So is it
kids.
a party favor?
These higher pockets, they're not going to be able to reach. So it's mom and dad putting this shit in
I
there.
saw these little squishy balls, party favors, and thought, why don't I attach these to cheap shower rings and make some color and punch up on top? So that's what I did.
That is the perfect touch. I mean, you think we asked you to add a little color? I think you've done your job.
I take direction well.
Yes, you do.
Thanks.
And we're not done with color yet. The mirror above the sink is too tall for a little one to see themselves in. This is our kid-friendly mirror.
We hung this hand-painted mirror at a toddler's eye level. Practical is the name of our game here. That's why we screwed an ordinary white paper towel holder onto the wall instead of cloth hand towels. This way the kids always have clean towels to wipe their hands on. No more messing with dirty cloth towels. When decorating a room, art can give you the pop it needs. The quality of art doesn't matter. Juvenile art is fun. These are drawings of alleys. We had them dry mounted and then attached each to the wall.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Nancy went to work.
Don't do that.
She painted frames around each piece of artwork with a rainbow of colors.
You ruined it. And you ruined it.
Now, the finishing touches.
Did you just cover up the drain?
Nancy?
Yes, Joan?
I want you to know, even though you did not allow me to paint in your bathroom,
There's no way you were going to paint in this bathroom.
I still like it. It turned out great. What a huge difference.
It's really a fun room.
It's a kid's bathroom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how much did it cost?
$4.94.
That is not bad at all,
No.
considering you spent about, what, $200 on accessories?
Can you tell?
I can tell.
Loaded.
It looks great.
Thanks. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's time to look back at everything that Nancy painted in this bathroom.
Thank you.
The only
Yes,
thing
this
she
bathroom
painted was
all white.
the mirror.
No color, no fun for the kids. And the worst problem, no storage for all their stuff. Now it's colorful, whimsical, and practical. All the hand painting adds a creative flair to the room, and this is a bath that says kids live and clean up here. I hope you'll stay with us because when we come back, we are turning trash to treasure. Now it's time for Trash to Treasure. That's where we turn your garage sale finds or things that you even find around the house, turn them into fabulous home furniture and accessories. And once again, we're at Sticks and Stones, a great home furniture and accessories store in Minneapolis. And one of its owners, Rob Whitleff, is going to share some really creative ideas today on how to make quilts and pillows out of things like dish towels, even old suits. Let's go find Rob now. Hi, Rob.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
You know, I am a firm believer you can never have too many pillows, never have
Oh,
too
they
many
got
quilts.
a different guy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
How we starting?
Well,
I
what we've
called
got
it.
today are, to start with, some old Keelam rugs.
These are
And
rugs.
These are rugs, actually. And what
They
we've
have
done is cut the rugs out around bad spots, either holes or wear marks, and then turn them into pillows.
They look like great pillows.
Aren't they great?
Now, this one you pieced together.
We have. This one's been seamed, actually, because this rug was in such poor condition that we've seamed it, but in the overall spectrum of the whole thing, it works really well.
You can hardly tell.
You can hardly tell.
And basically, it just came from...
A small fabric scrap like this.
Yeah, and you can find these in quite a few places.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
And not
I
know
like
what to do with them.
upcycling.
Not know what to do with them. And
Yeah.
one great thing, too, is if you find a piece that has a great fringe, like this one does, absolutely leave
And
it
like if
on.
it's a
so much
thin
more
rug like
texture
that is,
to the actual pillow.
not
Oh,
too
yeah,
bad.
that's a great idea. And this is a great... Is this a rug or a
This
blanket?
is actually an old Navajo rug, but what happened is at one point in time, somebody cut a nice big hole here in the center. For some reason, whether for a lamp or something. So what this would be great is to cut this fabric and then seam it on the back with like a black suede or a red suede and use it as a large-scale pillow because the pattern's so bold.
Yep, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That would make a beautiful pillow. Now, you have some other pillow ideas over here.
We do.
Vintage fabrics.
Vintage fabrics are great. And now people are reproducing so many of the vintage fabrics, but the cost is so expensive. So finding things like an old tablecloth, what we've done here is just inset this vintage fabric in some new and really created a great pillow that's framing the wonderful quality of the old fabric.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And this?
On this one, what we've done is seamed together two different fabrics that were actually curtains. This is a bark cloth, and then we have another fabric on the back. These both complement each other very well. Plus, it gives you two distinct looks to change the look of your room.
Very much so. And this is going towards that tea stain look that we're seeing so much of these
Again,
days.
same thing. And this was done really very easily because it's seamed only on three sides. The back flange here is left wide open. So you just seam it on 3 sides, and anyone who has a hard time sewing can do this.
Yeah, it's really simple. The fabric's so cool, you don't really need to be more intricate than that. This is the kind of thing that we're talking about, right?
Absolutely. This is something you can find at an antique store or a flea market, probably in your mother or father's home.
What would you do with this
Well, what I do with this one is there's a lot of options. Depending on the size of the pillow that you want, you could either cut it out and do the small pillow in here, and then use the larger pillow to inset something inside, or do a really large pillow. You have a wide variety of options on this
Would
one.
be a massive pillow.
Imagination run free.
Absolutely.
That's great. Okay, now we're going to show everybody your old suit is basically what we're going to do.
There you go.
And what to do about it.
Well, I don't agree that it's my old suit, but this is an old suit, and what ends up happening is as time goes by, styles change, fabrics change.
Bodies change.
Bodies definitely change. So what we're taking is an old suit like this, or an old great pair of trousers that have a really interesting pattern, and then combining those all together on one large piece. And by cutting them in different shapes and sizes, you're getting what's called a crazy quilt. And that was really popular around the turn of the century, but which is now coming very much in style again. And you just combine the old suits. So it's really a piece that has a memory to it. It's a piece that can remind you of not only a family member, but friends. You can do the same thing with skirts or dresses.
Yeah, that's a fabulous idea, because a lot of times you don't want to hold on to the piece of clothing, but it'd be great to have the memories that went along with it.
Absolutely.
And to do with children's clothing, to bring back
Would be great.
your childhood of your children.
Absolutely.
That would be wonderful. Speaking
Yeah,
of
I've
childhood,
seen that, but with like band keys.
That is very true.
So we're going to be making some teddy bears, huh?
We are.
Look at those.
We've got 2 distinct looks here, but they're both based off the same pattern, an idea. The first one we've got here is actually in a vintage crazy quilt, but the quilt was in such poor condition that we needed to do something else with it.
You know how strange that is? Like, we just made a quilt out of something else, and now the quilt's worn out, we've turned it into a teddy bear.
Absolutely, but you know, why throw something away when you can use it for something else?
Right.
This one is actually just based on a basic pattern form of a teddy bear, but because of the fabrics, it gives it such a great look.
Oh, this would make a great teddy bear.
This would be great, yeah. For spring, it'd be a really great fabric. Bright and cheery. A really fun fabric to do just on that simple bear pattern.
Good idea. And now, you know, we're going to make a winter teddy bear.
I have something like that. My grandfather passed, and I don't know who exactly did it, maybe the funeral home or somebody in the community, took some of his old shirts and turned it into a teddy bear. And they gave a couple out to me and some of the other grandchildren. So it's very sentimental.
Absolutely. Out of a coat. When the fall season comes in, when you bring out all your old coats, bring out your winter bear.
Okay.
What you do is basically take the body of the coat, turn that into the body of the bear. The lapel turns into the accent pieces, the ears, and the paws. And you could use the buttons for the actual eyes.
Perfect. And this one's just a little more elegant.
A little more elegant. We've added an old mink stole as the accents on the ears and on the paws on this
Hello,
one.
Feeny.
Well, we have time for one more quick idea.
Well, we've got one quick idea for window treatment for the kitchen. And basically what you're doing is you're going to take an old apron and adhere it to each side of your curtain rod in your kitchen.
Okay.
What this does is it gives you a small window treatment, allows the light in, and it takes 5 minutes to do.
And you've got this cute little scallop thing going on that one.
Absolutely.
Very cute idea. And I love the cozy ideas with the quilts and the pillows. Thank you again so much.
Thank you.
Just great ideas.
Great.
And I hope you'll stay with us, because when we come back, we're going to do an interior redesign. Now we have a crew standing by ready to do an interior redesign. We'll give you great advice on how to give your room a fresh, new look just by rearranging the existing furniture and accessories. Let's check in with
You come to save me from the crazy
The
lady.
homeowners of this spacious walkout basement have just recently finished the construction of this room. They designed their basement to be a cozy gathering place for family and friends. As you can see, they haven't quite achieved that comfortable, intimate feel that they were looking for. Felicia McNult, interior designer and owner of Other Arrangements, is going to show us how to spruce this room up without spending any money.
You want to try to make some kind of separation between areas. A conversation area, an entertaining area.
They just
a
finished
reading
building
area,
it.
And try to do that with plants, things on
They
the wall.
just finished building it,
bookcases,
Phoenix.
Tall pieces of furniture. And just make little nooks if you don't have them. It really warms up the room. There's two focal points in the room. There's a bar area and a fireplace area. The bar area is already separated by a partial wall, which helps. The sofas I'm going to change. I'm going to move them facing each other, which is more conversational, and it'll move the back away from the door and facing the door. The bar is slightly off-center, which confuses your eye also. There's a line, a vertical line, and a horizontal line that don't meet up, so we're going to wind up moving the bar over, centering the bar.
Beginning by the fireplace,
Wait, the bar is not bolted to the floor?
To make room for our rearrangement. We moved the large pieces of furniture out of the way so we could get a good look at the space.
Okay, there's been a lot of discussion about this lamp here. It's, when you're sitting on the couch, it feels like it's out to grab you. And it's real unnerving. It doesn't go with the room. We don't really have anywhere else to put it, so we're just going to get rid of it.
Fish become the new focal point for the large blank wall. The aquariums had previously been spread out against opposite walls of the room. A common mistake people make is to divide up similar pieces. Group them together like this instead, and you'll soon see the impact. Back in come the couches. The first is placed perpendicular to the fireplace. The second is placed directly opposite the other, creating an intimate place to converse and enjoy the fireplace. We found this rug in the guest bedroom. It became the perfect accessory to pull the couches together and define the sofa area. This brass and glass table taken from another room in the house is a better fit between the couches than the tiny one the homeowners had previously. The table allows the pattern of the rug to be seen through the glass and coordinates with the brass in the fireplace. We thought this trunk seemed like the perfect lamp table for the corner, but once in place it seemed too bulky. Don't be afraid to try things. If you don't like the look, you can always move them out. This old sewing machine's proportions fit much better, and with a lamp, a plant, and a wall hanging, it transforms into a bright little corner full of warmth. With the furniture in place, it's time to accessorize the bookshelves. We started with a fresh slate by clearing everything off. Just look at what a quick search through the house produced. Several shelves were removed to break up the perfectly symmetrical lines of the wood, creating a much more visually pleasing effect. It also made space for some larger, more striking accessories. Felicia hung simple window treatments, added a reading lamp and some artwork, and the bare corner was transformed into an inviting little reading nook. Remember those lonely fish tanks? Just see how the look has been transformed by simply filling up the space with plants.
Now you can't see your fish.
The room. It's the first thing you see when you walk into the room. It's directly across from the main entryway. We've used up lighting behind the plants to create mood and shadow, and put a lot of plants around the fish just because it makes it look like its natural habitat and creates a nice full picture.
Let's take a look at what we've done so far. Now, doesn't it look warm and inviting? The sparse, bland space from before looks interesting and inviting with the colorful new curtains, the rug, and the plants. The bar area is next. Look at the placement of this bar. See how crowded the far corner feels and how empty it is to the left? As Felicia promised, we moved it over only a few inches and lined it up with the woodwork of the matching mirror. The bar looks so striking on its own that we simply added some plants for color, some wall sconces, and the bar area was completely rearranged.
I am really happy with this room. The living room turned out beautifully. The couches are facing each other, creates a beautiful conversation area. It's warm and it's inviting. We also added a rug to the seating area, which really anchored the conversation area and brought a lot of color to the room and warmth. And then we've also got a little writing area, a little cozy nook back there for writing letters and having natural light coming through the window. So all together, I think it turned out really great.
For questions or comments, please write to sure to include secrets. You were really on the bathroom beat here today.
Yeah, well, I wanted to show why mine was so much better.
Okay, tell me why.
First of all, it's kind of wimpy. The paper in this fabric is very wimpy. What they did was add a punch of color with this kind of Mexican influence stuff, and I like that a lot. This is a great idea. It's a skirted pedestal for storage. So how do you know what's under here?
Good idea.
Wouldn't you love to know? I would.
I absolutely agree with you, though. The wallpaper
This is weak.
does not work with
And the
anything.
mirror's too small. You can't see one thing in this mirror.
I like the sunflowers.
Yeah, I love the sunflower. So it gets like a C.
Okay.
Okay.
How about the other one?
The other one is exactly what we were talking about this morning. The bathroom was white. The tile is white, the tub is white, the walls were white, and they literally went to a wallpaper store and said, help me, I have a white bathroom. And they bought border and they bought paper and some fabric and pulled it together. It's just not
It looks
It's not
fine.
fabulous. No, it's not fabulous.
I like this bathroom.
Thank
that
you.
we're standing in. Well, thank you so
I like
much
the
for all of you.
dinosaurs. It's
It's
cute.
been a whole lot of fun.
Me too.
And remember, with a little imagination, you can make your decorating dreams come true for less. I'm Joan Steffen. Thank you for watching. Hi, and welcome to Decorating Sense, the show that gives you great decorating ideas for a lot less. I'm Joan Steffen, and today we are calling our show, Oops, We're Having a Baby. We're going inside this house to create a complete nursery for under $500 out of a room that is currently a catch-all storage space. We'll transform this junky, dated storage room into a colorful and inexpensive nursery. Find out how to create one-of-a-kind storage and display pieces, including a farm bench bookshelf and a shovel.
Actually, I think I'm gonna save this one for next time. I'm getting a little tired. I hope everybody had a good time watching a hot mess. I should be home from my New Year's celebrations to join you guys on Thursday. I don't know if I'll be doing more of this or maybe something fun for the New Year's. But either way, I will see y'all on Thursday. And I hope y'all have a good rest of your night. Good night.